Franco. Yeah.
Nice to
Second-blooded
meet you.
Giovanni from Silverlano. I'm the new Hatchet
I'm
for the Independent Alliance.
Oh.
You're tall.
So...
You're also tall. Why is everyone so tall?
you can get tall. Just setting for that.
Yeah, add
Okay.
a character. If you do want Sawyer to be taller,
Anyways.
you can make them Sawyer taller.
No, I think it's funny when he's short.
Out of character. I have it set to Alex's like actual correct height, which is around 6'8".
Hold on, let me double check. I think I
this
have
character's a little
Sawyer.
too tall for... Hold on.
Sawyer should be set to his correct height. How do I settings?
No, it is on the radial wheel thing. It's under expressions, quick actions.
Oh, okay. One second. We're taking a quick pause
So with the
here.
radial menu, you know how you get to you open up your thing and you have the little emojis.
Yep,
you have
I found it. So is it options or tools?
You want to go into expressions, and then go
Oh.
to quick actions.
Avatar height.
It shows you it in meters.
Hold on, I have to
There we go.
Google this real
Well,
fast. I want to see how tall he is in actual.
Well,
Sawyer
why
height.
don't you tell me in feet how many?
He's supposed to be around 5'2" or like 4'11" around. He's
You'll-
short, but not very tall.
You'll want to be.
I don't.
I think actually around the height you are right now.
He's at 154 right now.
Yeah, 154 is around there. I'm pretty sure.
Alright,
Perfect.
It's 5
I
foot.
have
It's
to
5 foot,
character
almost
then.
exact.
height.
Okay,
Does this look
awesome. That's good. That's what I needed.
I said, does this look proportional?
Jesus Christ, you're huge now.
So, I'm at 2.1, which is about
Ah.
6.8 feet. So,
Yeah, I'm about 7
Like
feet
6'8"?
tall now, which is... I wanted my character to be a taller character, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
so you would be roughly.
Fucking
Yeah, it recently came out on the most recent update. So you'd be around 7 foot for where you are
That's
currently.
a tyrant from Resident Evil right there.
Yeah, you would be around
Okay,
7
I'm going
foot.
back to the character now. Why are you so tall?
May I speak with you privately? For like 5 seconds.
Everyone's tall. It's good.
Because tall
I
people
just
give
realized
better
you're tall, too.
hunts.
Okay, fair enough.
It's just that simple.
Okay.
More head pats. You got a hug early, you can have some head pats too.
Yay!
Okay. Cool. Thanks for telling me that. I didn't know that that came out, and it's fixed my avatar now, essentially. Yeah. Franco's supposed to be taller than you. Like, but yeah, back into character. Alright.
Like I believe that came out
One day you'll
5
be
days
big and
5
tall,
days
maybe.
ago, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah? Nice.
Why? Can you
So what's
bend
been
down a
going
little
on?
bit so I can be your height for like 5.1 seconds? Cool, thank you. That's it. We're good. I never
So
thought
I
I'd
heard there was
see
an
someone taller
argument
than you.
between. I heard there was an argument amongst the Giovanni. Would anybody like to tell me what that was about?
Among the Giovanni?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
between the sisters. I believe that is what you mean.
Okay. What exactly transpired?
There's a bunch of
I'm sort
arguments
curious.
constantly tonight.
Um,
I was in one. It's great.
What were they arguing about? I mean, it was in the open, right?
well, ask them.
You guys had an argument, I hear it?
No,
I
it's
heard there
nothing.
was an
Just
argument.
sibling talk. We're cool.
Oh, your
Got it.
sisters.
Cousins.
Okay. Cousins. Okay.
Oh. Well, yeah. But anyways. I forgot. I didn't really introduce who I really was.
I'm glad that okay, as much as this sounds rude, I'm glad Giovanni Central was not here earlier. That's not meant to be rude. There was an encounter with a wraith.
Quite a rude one, if I might add.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear anything they said, but I'm just going off what you told
As
me.
in
So.
the child. Blood
Yeah.
child of Plutarcho.
Oh, do you want to hear the stupid thing he said?
Oh, I'm sorry.
While I was angry,
Plutarcho's
he
say,
said,
tough
"Oh, are you
nut,
playing
eh?
acting now?
I know.
I can give you some tips."
Out of all the
something
people I
along
could
these
be
lines.
born to, this is who I was born to.
It's a tough life.
I
You
You
know?
think that one has father problems? Think that one has father problems? Trust me.
Hey, if you have
Trust
daddy
me.
issues, I got a sports car.
Wait, who's talking about daddy issues?
Oh God.
Corvelia, I believe.
Hey, same.
Just be
Okay.
happy your father isn't Plutarcho.
Be happy your father isn't unknown and or abusive.
I
Except
mean,
Plutarcho isn't abusive. He has his moments.
it's Plutarcho.
Hmm.
I believe majority of the time there's not going to be. However, if they do need to show a stern hand, they're not going to shy away from showing a stern hand.
True. It kind of sucks being born from my father because the thing is about Giovanni, they like to keep up status, yada yada yada.
Oh, well, hold
And
on.
then when you adopt
Never
another
mind.
person into the clan, it just goes south.
A tidbit of information re-entered my mind, and I'm not going to say it.
Why is that?
Is it what I think it is?
Yes, it
Come on,
is.
share.
I remembered something. I remembered something that involves you and Plutarcho.
That's not canon anymore.
Oh,
It's
not canon anymore? Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, wait. Out of character, what was not canon?
Out
What's not
of
canon?
character,
Don't
they
worry
were
about it.
lovers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Malthus. Sorry.
Good to know that's
Okay.
not.
Yeah, so you hope. No, you don't understand. You just don't understand.
Also, out of
Don't
character,
worry.
while
I
I
did not make
out
it
of
canon,
character,
'cause
while I
found
still
out
have
I'm related.
out of
I'd
character,
love to eventually
I'm
find
still
some... Yeah?
I'm ecstatic that you're back.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you again.
I'm still trying to see who Sawyer develops relations with. Because eventually
I'm
he's
glad
with
I'm back,
someone,
that I can give you
hopefully.
more anxiety-inducing
We might,
You
issues.
always know how
looks
to
like
give
there's
me
a
anxiety
new
in the
face
best
in town over
ways.
there.
Huh?
Indeed.
Looks
Oh,
like
and
there's a
guess
new
what?
face in
Guess
town.
what? Guess what? Guess who got Patreon, bitch? And guess what that means?
Ah, fuck, he's back, isn't he?
He is.
Oh.
And he's gonna call.
Excellent.
Oh,
Yes.
poor Tremere.
Yes.
Woe for me in particular.
Poor Tremere. Although he is a lot different now.
Okay, good, good.
Or Tremere. Yeah, Tremere in general.
It's out of character. It's
Oh.
anyway.
Derp. Okay. But before, just one more quick out of
Back in
character note.
character. Oh,
I do hope Sawyer eventually gets a lover. Okay, sorry, that is all.
I mean, blindies
I feel so,
open.
like,
Anyway,
I feel like I'm being like mean to Alicia, but
Oh, you so fucking
I
right.
don't want to be mean to Alicia.
anyway,
What?
back in
I
character.
mean,
Back in character.
Like,
Back in
I don't want to
character.
be
Back in
mean to your
character.
character. Like, I try not to,
Hey,
but then it makes it so hard, you child.
Hey Sawyer,
What's going on?
I'd like to introduce you to somebody. Sawyer, this
Okay.
is Ikiro, a clan Toreador, who is just
Oh!
recently awakened from torpor, and I'm familiar with them from like a while ago.
Wait, hold on. Shit.
And-
My quest volume just got turned off. Hold on. Okay, we're good.
Perfect time. So yeah, this is Sawyer, child of Liam the Au Pair.
Hello.
And yeah, so I figured you should be introduced since Ikiro just very recently, like within the day, woke from torpor and is trying to get their bearings. And I figured you all should talk and stuff.
I suppose my
Okay,
own
well,
introductions
you're
are
a
also in
friend
order
now.
eventually, but Sawyer's more important.
Welcome
Oh,
back.
hi.
Yeah, Sawyer.
I do
Yeah, there
have
you
a
go.
question for you, though.
Good day.
No, we have two
So,
small
is
beans.
there anything
This
you
is
want to know
cute.
in particular?
I'll
I'm
take
still
the
having to
victory.
hear myself.
I can't really think of any questions at the moment besides,
What's up, Leisha? How's it going?
is there
Havoc, I heard you
You know,
mention a
good.
word torpor.
Yeah.
What does
I
Go
that
right- right at the bar.
necessarily mean?
It means that you've taken so much damage that you
Do
fall
drink at
asleep.
times, yes.
Everyone thinks that you're dead.
Oh, okay.
My
they
character
told
like
me,
snaps
uh,
his
Someone
fingers,
beats the shit out of you
and
enough.
like
You
somebody comes
you
out
would
with
pretty
a
much
black coffee for you.
Desiccate, like. You're pretty much dead, but not.
Thank
In
you.
a sense.
Black
Sometimes
really
you can go into
come
torpor
on.
like on your own.
Yes.
Some people do that.
True. Can you
I've
get a torpor if you don't like feed for a while?
You enjoy.
So you're.
Yeah.
It happens too.
You remind me of me. You're anxious.
Some
Yay!
vampires are like they choose to just pass away their years by like going into torpor, waking up 100 years later.
I don't know what to say sometimes.
I did that. Done that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Lucky
I'm
you.
usually not like this. It's
I
just
wish I can sleep forever.
my heart
Yeah.
has been racing ever since
It
I
was
woke up.
really,
So
really
Oh,
yeah.
it's alright.
And you
it's
know
alright.
what? When I woke up, I still felt tired.
I'm always like this.
Doesn't matter how long.
You know,
Maybe
a
it
lot of
depends
people
on
think
the-
Inches and Toreador and
Probably
Socially
depends
Awkward
on
don't mix.
the-
They usually don't, but I'm here,
The
so.
blood you drink when you
It
wake
looks
up.
like
Probably low in iron.
everybody's surrounding somebody over there. Maybe
Oh,
we
it
should
is.
go investigate
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah, low in
Sanderson.
iron. So,
I suppose we
Is there anything you
should.
need, or-
If you'd like to go ahead of me, that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Oh, of course.
not
You boys are
much.
way too
No, I-
gigantic. Just so uncomfortable.
you're very tall.
The best
You're,
probably
you're
take it
very,
slow,
very tall.
at least for me.
I mean, I'm
Yeah, yeah.
roughly
Definitely.
6'9", and
Ah.
I believe Franco's roughly 7 foot.
Tall! Okay.
Tall ass vampires.
Tall as
I
vampires!
can't really think of any questions at the moment. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. If you need to find me, I'll be anywhere, really. I'm usually hanging around here or here. He quickly scribbles down an address. Here, this is the address to my haven.
Thank you.
No problem. Just come seek me out if I'm not anywhere. You can find me. I'm probably gonna be there drawing or something.
Understood.
I'm gonna go wandering.
No problem.
I'm just gonna stay.
Yeah.
All right. Hello,
Did I do a
Hello.
I'm Professor Alex Uranus
Okay. So I
of
have
Clan Tremere,
a
and I am
plan
the current Seneschal.
for Tuesday.
Oh.
If you need anything, please let me know.
My thought is we're gonna find out
Understood.
if he starts.
My name is
being defensive or whatever.
Ikro. I'm from Clan Tordor.
Mhm.
Could be just he's feeling
Well,
cornered
be
and being
a
defensive.
party.
So in order to make sure that we don't,
Yeah.
don't
Perfectly
somebody,
fine.
that is really just like maybe defending their territory. What we're gonna do is
It's nice to
we're
make
gonna
your
try and put him in
acquaintance, and
torpor.
it's also nice to
But
see another
ideally,
Toreador
we
on the
wanna
island.
try and damage him enough where somebody can put a stake through his heart.
I remember the
And that
exact
way we
same
can,
thing
you know,
was
get him
said to me
calm
when
down, chat with him, and not put him
I
in
was
torpor.
introduced here.
Um,
Tordor was on
you know,
the
in a
down
controlled
low and
environment. So that's going to be the goal. is
slowly
to get
picked up,
this
and
guy
then
in a controlled environment where we can have a discussion with him.
Everything was
figure out
sucked into the
who-
Umbra, and I
Perhaps
arrived
maybe
shortly
defending
after
my
that.
disciplines would help in this situation. I don't know.
I believe within
You're gone.
one, maybe
bang,
2
bang, bang.
weeks, or
You do that until whoever
2
is
weeks,
has
a
stake.
month after
Might
I
be
arrived.
might be me or might be Danny.
Yeah.
What's the stake through his heart?
So,
Probably gonna be
Got
Danny, which I need to go talk to Danny about that. I haven't talked to him about it yet, but since it's
Oh,
Jim's
pleasure to
territory,
meet you.
Prince Jim's territory,
it's
and
definitely a
Danny's
pleasure to meet you.
sheriff, it's gonna be his job more than
Yeah.
likely to do. So,
Yeah.
we're gonna go do that.
And again,
Come with him,
if
I'll
you
go
need
ask
anything,
Danny.
let me know.
Yeah,
If you
we'll
want
come
my
with-
contact information, let me know that too.
Why is everyone so fucking tall?
Sure. I would give you my.
No,
Haven
if you would like
contact, but
mine, I
think
don't.
it's,
If you don't want mine, if you don't want to give me yours, you don't have to.
Well, it's only proper to exchange it. And I don't even know if mine is still available.
I'm pretty sure it should still be relatively available. He puts the little notebook away. He hands you a small sheet of paper, like with his name, phone number, address, or all that.
Thank you, and this at least should be where my haven. It's, I don't know if it's still there or anything, but
I'm sure it'll be quite fine.
Here's hoping.
And if not, well, I'm sure it'll be quite easy to regain it.
I hope. Unless you just shinks me, which then that
I mean, I am a Tremere. Who knows? Who knows? But no, I wish you luck. A lot's changed since that whole
I don't
thing,
think I got much that.
and since the island got sucked up. Have you met the Harpy?
No, I haven't met many people yet. So,
You're looking for Domina Weiss. I don't think I quite see her around. I know she was here earlier today. Whether or not she's back, who knows? But, yeah. There should be new people. There should be people that hopefully you remember. And, of course,
unlikely.
if you know Jim, Jim's been doing quite good as Prince.
I remember the name. It's just memory is foggy and things are slowly coming back.
They'll come back in a couple of weeks, I suppose. It's good to know that people are still slowly re-emerging, though. It gives me hope that even more people will show up.
Yeah, hi.
Hey!
Good to see you too.
Oh, and I forget, were you aware of the abomination?
Your advice really
Or
helped.
was that before
and,
the umbrella? Or was that after?
My James was
not-
here
I don't follow.
tonight.
Well,
with
then don't worry about it. It's already been taken care of. I was just wondering if that was still on your mind, if it was a thing before the Umbra, or if it was after.
Okay with everyone?
So, appears it was after.
Um,
by the way, I'm very
it's-
pleased that my advice helped find a way to one
Well, things I can remember is like I
I
mentioned
mean, I'm cool with it.
the individual there.
And
You know what? That's all that
When
matters.
I was
Giorgiano
there,
wants to add
the-
him to the roster.
Prince was being
So-
contested of who had the right to, and
That's fantastic.
and
Well,
there was
I don't see any reason why he shouldn't, considering there's
someone that
a
was
very strong
causing a
precedent.
fuss by murdering humans, making them statues and
Absolutely,
such.
That's fantastic.
Oh, that's not something I've quite heard of.
Alright.
Interesting.
It enlivens my soul to know that someone is actually benefiting
I
from it.
actually am kind of curious. I didn't check my pockets
I
yet.
think a lot of people
Not that it
benefit
never-
from your work.
Perhaps more
Let's
than I
see.
You'd see she takes out a paper, and it looks like a notepad paper.
I think that was very brave of you to have me here.
This is what she looked like. On this paper is a charcoal sketch of looks like a tall, lanky woman that is dressed in a gown that looks like it has crow feathers on it. Face paint is black and white, or at least you know what charcoal can allow.
We'll have to talk over piranhas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I
I wouldn't
Yeah,
wanna
I
hurt
used
their
to do,
feelings too much by,
well,
reminding them
I still
that
do. I
hunters
still
that
have muscle movements and memories of it.
avoid that
Sketch art.
just in case I accidentally slip into animals
Well,
without noticing.
You'll have that
I
slightly in
used
common
to-
with Sawyer. He prefers to draw and things like that.
Poor piranhas.
I'm sure you two might
I
compare.
I actually still have it on in my pocket.
Well,
I was.
before you.
trying
offered
to help them
Marcus
locate
loves
that
teaching people this.
individual, but
Well,
at least I
I will
don't-
have to
wasn't
talk
able
him
to.
about it then.
well, perhaps we can continue looking
Again, I can't sit
if,
at the
in case you
service. I'll have to
remember
just offer someone else's.
what it was for or something like that.
I mean, he taught me off.
Some other current events. Do you know
see
Little
why.
Morningstar?
Oh well, then you already.
I
one
remember the
thing
name,
I've
but I
learned
can't place a
following
face to it.
you out, I don't have to,
Well,
so that means you don't have to look for
the
me.
name was the leader of the House of the
Oh,
Morningstars. They're currently under
I know
Bloodhound.
him. He absolutely
Aziriel's dead,
Yeah, Marcus.
He's one of the good ones.
as well as majority of House Morningstar. Max Saber's fine. He's
God,
no
she's
longer
a
a part of
bitch.
that house.
Oh, okay. Who?
Who are you referring
I
to
see.
specifically?
So,
In the current ongoing crisis on the island, in
she
case
likes
you're
to call me
curious,
her sister?
uh,
I just met her
is
tonight.
there is an
She's-
outbreak of a supernatural disease that is
boy.
infecting the
Familia?
kine. So, if you can find and cultivate a nice herd for yourself, I would
Maybe.
recommend
Can't confirm or
making
deny.
sure keeping them safe.
Can't afford. I got it. Understand. Well, what is it that she's done so far?
I just when there's rumors of something akin to that.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Backhanded advice, stuff like that.
A person that you should
There's
probably
something-
talk to is Plutarcho, if you remember the name.
Comments that
I
she
could see that
thinks
happening.
will protect me.
Not really.
I
Well, there are Giovanni,
I'm sure she may as
the
well.
individual with
Maybe
long
just
black
comes
hair
across as a little rough.
currently.
Also,
As well
I don't
as
think
wearing
Plutarcho
more black and
are okay
white
with me.
over there.
I can't see how
Okay.
that would be the case. Maybe he was just a little bit
Standing to
surprised by
the left of Havoc.
that you offered him.
He is
That
right behind the kiosk right there.
Maybe you're right.
that is the Warden of Caliburn Island. They are part of the Independent Alliance. However, Warden
know
is
things
a
like that.
position that transcends all of the sects. So
I'm
it's
honestly
something quite
surprised to hear that
important.
Plutarcho would have any type of doubts in you. You've been very skilled, from my understanding,
So
and always
see.
very helpful.
I mean, if I'm
it's a role that it's good
if
to
I'm
get
slightly
familiar with
unlucky,
rather
I
quick.
might end up with Guardians. So
Yeah, it's good to get familiar with everyone.
Oh.
That is true.
Is Marcus maybe not going to deliver up to the job? Is that the
I mean,
concern? 'Cause I know they were thinking about him last time.
so far everyone over
I
there
think
is.
they're just looking at
nice.
all options at this point.
I don't think there's one person over there I truly
They seem-
dislike.
If you don't want to do it, you don't have to.
Who's behind Plutarcho?
Yeah,
I
you
can't
can say no.
quite see.
You just. You don't
Oh,
want
that's a new individual. I don't actually know them.
a less than satisfactory job if it's not something you're passionate about.
But I believe I heard they were an anarch.
I mean, if I'm needed, I'm okay with being needed and
I'm sure
learning
you'll
new skills.
work your way back into being in the social
I'm sure
circles
that
and
if you put your
things
mind
like
to it,
that.
you'd do great. So I didn't mean to
You'll do
question
fine.
you, I just meant more that if it's not something you really feel that you're drawn to.
No, I get
Unless
you.
you drinks me.
I mean, again, I am a Tremere. I'm not saying it's not possible. That's more Bag's thing, to be quite honest.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you remember Bag, that is. William Bag.
Haven't seen her in some time. But I'm glad to know that she's well.
I remember that name, William, but not Bag. No.
William
Sorry,
Bag.
she said something
Primogen
else.
Planchemere. Currently, at least. I don't know if they were
I
during your
think
time.
I'm gonna go head out.
You sure?
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving
I-
me the news.
I wanna go
Not 100%.
take things for a ride.
Again, it'll come back to you. And if not,
There's
well,
plenty of
you
things
have
to do
plenty
on a
of time
Saturday
to learn
night.
more.
What did I say? I don't want to know.
Nothing.
Yeah. Just,
Insane perception.
They're cute.
at least my heart stopped racing, which is good.
That
In
is good.
progress.
That is good. Maybe the coffee helped. Usually I know it does the opposite, but who knows?
tonight, Persephone?
Yeah, no,
I'm more concerned that you were able to feel your heart racing to begin with. Usually that
that reminds
doesn't
me-
really
Some
be.
questions about. Please go ahead.
I'm sorry.
well, something was,
Go ahead.
something was definitely.
Something was giving you a
I
little
guess
bit
she's
of
asking for
concern,
questions
I
about Lady
understand.
Morningstar, but
Yeah.
as you will, please.
Oh, I was gonna say that she is apparently preparing for a concert she was telling me about, and she has given me some
But, yeah.
tickets to it. And I also spoke to her about certain.
But Alexander's dead,
concerns,
if I'm heard correctly.
guaranteeing that those
I
concerns
believe
are
you're
not anything to be
referencing
worried
Alexander
about.
Griffith, yes?
Yes.
Well, that's lovely.
I believe so.
Okay. It does seem to be that she's in a much better place now. In part thanks to.
Sawyer's not the only
Would you
Toreador
know
on the island currently.
Because of that. About his death. Like, was.
I believe Jim would be able to give you a
Oh,
much
yeah,
better
he can hear
recalling
me.
than I can. I've only really know the
Hello.
name of who he was a little bit. I don't necessarily know the full details behind
he's
it.
new in town, so show
Another
up.
person that might be able to give you
He's looking
information
to join the Anarch.
is right there, Nocturne.
Oh, I see, that's lovely.
She's quite a wonderful person.
very soft
Part of
handshake.
Banu Hakim and
I have a stronger firm
Anarch.
handshake.
Sounds good. Crush me.
No, no, I did not crush your.
To her
You know,
right
but
is
you feel
Talvier,
it,
a
but not
prominent
to do any
member of the
damage.
IA, another
Yeah, I was.
good person
Sounds good.
who's a good person to have as a friend.
Glad
He
to
usually goes out of his way for his friends too, and I believe they
Beautiful.
are VRChat.
Seems like there are.
I'm sure you
Okay.
remember Devite
an
over
impressive
there.
number of,
It's kind of hard to forget Devite.
I don't believe I actually bumped into him, if I'm correct. He.
Nosferatu Primogen. Danny DeVite.
Ah, yes, of course. The official group of provinces.
Yeah,
And I've already been invited to a fight on Tuesday.
I was there when there was a different permission in place for Nosferatu.
Yes.
Good to know.
Are they having their first official fight on Tuesday?
I am trying to place bases and names. I know.
I'm sorry, repeat.
I don't
know
call
if
him
that's
back
some person they
then.
need to find, possibly fight.
Do you remember a Nosferatu named
Happen on
Marcus at all?
Tuesday.
Well,
Oh, well, I hope you have a good time.
out of character, Persephone would not be wanting to leave the camp.
Not really.
So I was told if there's any
Well?
violence at all here, you get set to some
Adopted child of Plutarcho. They used to be in the Camarilla, but then they went to the Independent Alliance.
But the truth is that
Loves the cam.
any manner of
Or,
violence and force
Plutarcho
always
adopted
intentionally done here will
Marcus.
make someone
That's how I meant to
disappear.
say
I'm not
that.
sure what happens
I'm not sure if I
if
said it the
we
other way
know.
around.
At least on one occasion we've been able to bring somebody back. So it may
Then
in
you
fact
have
be
Cordelia
Like
and
it is
Franco
something.
over there, also part of Clan Giovanni, talking with Sawyer and Plutarcho.
So do they always come back?
Cordelia
first time, at least?
is the
we don't know
daughter
that for sure, but we
of
know at least
Plutarcho,
one instance
both
which
of blood relations and sire.
Okay, out of character? Well, let's find out.
Sure.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
So it's a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, just.
I know, it's quite a lot of information.
My mind just kind of been blanking on me. I woke up.
We've
It'll be
talked
fine.
recently.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, well, it should be.
There's
It
lots of
should.
potential for greatness there.
Yes.
For greaterness in my
A lot of things have also
Yeah.
changed in
Greatest is,
Avalon
in
and
fact-
Sunset. Hard Rock's moved to Brighton Beach.
I mean, look at these abs.
You're
I
right.
already am great.
Who
You
would
know,
argue?
I could tell a lot has changed just by scent.
You're already in a great level, so at that point you can just only. continue
Also,
to
the
process.
chateau is now owned
So
by
his greatest
Jim.
hits are-
It is no longer owned by the Morning Stars.
Maybe you wanted to
In fact, their main sigil right in the floor has changed, and it's now set down in
the fighting's good. Possibly find out some answers.
set down a nice sigil for the Camarilla right in the center.
Here?
Actually, there is
Lovely.
another one that I know of that I could actually introduce you to.
That'd be great.
I don't see them currently, but I can
That's
introduce
lovely.
you to them once they show up, and if not, I
Again,
will.
my recommendation is talking to Plutarcho about the position of warden, just to kind of
Which group are they with?
get that situated.
The anarchists.
And he's the one in black
He's
and white. Right?
he's right there.
Out of character. If you said the line, I've been mildly annoyed.
Hopefully when he's not talking. I don't want to
I'm
intrude.
sorry, what was that,
So.
Plutarcho?
When in doubt, I can intrude for you. It's fine.
You haven't missed it, or I slipped my mind. Who's the other kid?
Oh, that's fine.
Again, I wouldn't mind.
Need to find somewhere. Yeah.
It may be potentially be a matter of
When in doubt,
If you
confidentiality.
insist.
when in doubt, you can just walk over and stand, and they'll eventually just ask you questions, like, "Who are you?"
Why are you so close? Why are you standing here?
I know,
Yeah.
and then you can go. Then you can go down about. Then you can just go down the whole like everything about the Umbra and then how you were here before. There you go, perfect hook right into everything.
Okay, yeah.
The lack of social distancing.
Mhm,
Key to
mhm,
any
mhm.
conversation.
That information out entirely.
Yeah, no, Yeah,
Anyone's had a problem before. I've dealt
thank you
anyone
for your
else had
time.
problems before?
Of course. And if you need more of it, I'm always here.
As you would have every right. Currently one of the priorities.
Understood.
I'm glad that you've been able to stand up for yourself so effectively so far, Sammy. That's lovely. No doubt that you'll be just fine here.
My brother's such a dork.
And perhaps by setting
I
that
don't.
example, you'll make it easier for
Exactly.
I'm about to be shot.
And what are you doing?
I knew he was good. Out of character, I knew he would come because he does this every time. He knows when I'm up to my shenanigans.
No,
Are you
but the best
scaring
part
Sawyer?
is he is basically Alex has been basically taking on Sawyer's mentor at this point.
no one should be treating you like trash.
Okay.
Oh, that's good to know. That's so good to know. For who I know who's gonna ruin it. This one
It
has
was a joke.
this one has like a wizardly brother per se. You can say that.
Out of character and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
He's currently
I have to deal with their shenanigans once again. I can't believe they're back.
It's so
I'm so
I
happy you're
thought
back.
you
I'm
missed
so happy
me.
you're back.
I thought you loved
I'm so
me.
happy you're back.
Fuck you.
I have to.
I'm gonna shoot you in the
missed it. We were
brain.
talking
You
about
better-
how Sawyer
you
has
better
the
do
untrained
that.
combatant flaw and how we were gonna use a gun. It was great.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
would
teach
be
this
I would
little
be a
one how to use a
little
gun.
disappointed if you don't end up hitting Alex at least once. Anyway,
Wait, that would be a fucking
don't-
hilarious thing to do.
No, I don't think I ever made an action where like I purposely try to hurt you.
purposely tried to hurt.
No,
Do you remember
like,
you tried
However,
stopping me?
Sawyer.
the closest you've gotten,
I know you
I
tried-
believe, is like contesting me in a grapple.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
that
also
was
Sawyer
it.
can't aim shit, so he's gonna like accidentally shoot Alex in the arm or
Alright.
something.
Let's get back in character. We got this.
Okay.
Well, then I would say this island is a great opportunity
But,
for you to
Were you pointing a gun? Why exactly?
Yes, and it's empty.
and perhaps your opinion will
Can't have a life gun inside of my establishment. Well, technically my father's establishment.
I found that every
Also, I think it was a joke.
has its own culture.
Also, even if they did have bullets and they did try to shoot you, it wouldn't have worked. They would have just poofed from existence. I've seen it happen on Compact.
Oh.
Well, that's what happens if you break a compact. You just go somewhere. Only Max really knows. He's broken compact and been back before.
You
Oh, wow.
seem very diplomatic.
Huh. The fact that you don't know where they go is crazy.
I do not know.
Why is
overheard
everyone
where
taller
it
than
went.
me? This sucks. Okay, sorry.
Let's see.
We already
Here,
touched
let's see
it.
here.
You're a Tremere, give him a few inches.
Also, it's a follower.
I'm not, but I'm not a Samichi though. I can't exactly do that. There's a limit to what I can
Okay,
do.
I've been short. I've been short for a while. I'm willing to keep
Wait,
staying
out of
short.
character for like 5 seconds. I want to find a lore on how he comes back, but I don't want him to be the way he was before. I want him to be better.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
Okay.
Snap and being like, shit,
Back in game.
you get to kick their ass.
Yeah. I gotta say, it's quite a
Oh,
part.
Sorry,
Oh.
zoning out. A lot of thoughts.
I did not know I could do that.
I have been zoning out. I have things on
I'm
my
able to see
mind.
things that nobody else can see.
Ah, cool. I have so much on my
What,
mind.
by
it's
just
nuts.
staring into your cleavage? Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to peek, just ask.
party time.
Thank you. I am a homosexual.
Good for you, Sawyer.
Out of character, if only you knew the truth.
Well,
Back into character.
If you would like some history on me, Sawyer, I used to be one of those.
oh,
Used
Wait,
to
Did you pray it away?
Used to be.
Oh, of course, I prayed it away as soon as I got a Malkavian.
You should hear love. You should hear the love story between two Tremere, one dark and one light.
Oh, hush, Corvelia.
Something tells me the light one is the freaky one.
I think I know you on Horizon.
Don't worry about that. Hush about that.
sorry. I keep thinking about something.
I mean, I've still been occasionally
so it
sneaking
is
off
true.
and having conversation. I've had a few conversation with them.
I've had a really nice
Somebody
conversation
has to
with
keep
someone,
them fed.
a while back. It was nice.
Didn't you have a? Aren't you with the small one?
We would like you
the
to,
Malkavian?
if you're observing. Is that okay?
That I am.
Out of character?
You are the one
Yeah,
So it isn't
you,
like-
can you, hey, Wayne, can you clone his avatar?
You got poked.
Clone his invisible
Yes.
avatar? I'm right here.
Wait, why?
Poke.
No.
Wait a minute. You currently don't
Because you don't have a
have.
character yet, and it's a little late in the night to create one, but then we can chat with you on Discord and
Huh?
make a
No one
character.
owns this child, right?
Between now and next week, if that's cool with
Because
you.
his father's dead.
Define.
You're a little bit of a
Oh,
process. Okay.
Childer. Is he a childer of someone? Because I know that a recent person.
Yes, dead.
I'll
Exactly.
leave this one to you there, Toast.
5
Dead,
years of
but still
embrace.
around.
So
I mean, his say is still around.
They're still around, yes. But wouldn't it be responsible if you got
Not if
either
I-
adopted?
If you want to,
I'm-
you can hang out as a character, and then between
Are
now
you
and
suggesting what I
next
think you're
game, which is next week,
suggesting?
We'll help you make a character.
Indeed, I
What's going
am.
on?
We got our pay with everybody next week, and then
Do it.
So like for now, you could watch if you want to.
Oh, yes, that's permission.
What do you think I'm
for it,
suggesting?
I mean, to be honest, I'm just a billionaire playboy.
What do you think I'm
Oh, it's
suggesting?
not
no,
suggesting,
I'm
just
talking
saying
to
that there's
Corvelia.
others.
What's that?
I'm wondering what
Batman, I feel like my whole entire thing between Bruce and Batman.
if Sawyer
Do
can
it.
think
You'd
of
be
that.
a nice role model.
I mean, you could
If
totally play
Sawyer
like
can
Bruce
think
Wayne
of that
character.
idea
You
on their
definitely could do
own,
that. But we'd still have to make a
perhaps I
character.
will accept it.
Like, you could
What's
totally,
going on?
You could totally play a character based on Bruce
I
Wayne,
don't think they're going to think of it on their
but
own.
we'd still have to like create that.
But don't you need the
I might
permission
be
of the
able to-
prince first for
Yeah,
authorization for
a few
this?
storylines like here and
What's
there.
going on?
Okay,
You could do stuff like that.
I'll just flat out say
Yeah.
it. Corvelia is
going-
making the
going-
suggestion
going
of
phone
me
this from
being
your-
your adopted sire.
It's just
Oh,
Sorry, I had
I mean, you are a bit of a father figure. You went out to see.
Exactly.
You're the only one
You're
who
a
went out
perfect
to see him.
mentor. You can raise him as your own.
and then hit that.
I mean, I wouldn't be a very good father figure. I'm gonna horribly murder anyone who threatens
And I'm
him, but
suggesting
I'm not very good
that
as a father.
Gort goes with this
Between now and,
idea because I feel like
Gort?
it would
Who's
be better-
Gort?
Who the fuck is Gort?
Ah! Ooh!
I mean, technically, he has given me 5 head pats and a hug today. I've kept track.
You heard nothing.
Or we can
You
just
heard
say
nothing.
fucking, just like not change
I meant-
anything.
Who the
about
fuck is
character.
Gort?
That's scared.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to character.
I'm having a
I just made the
Malkavian
best
moment,
remark.
okay?
We could do that.
I'm having a
I just
Malkavian
made
moment
the
to
best
cover my
remark.
mind.
Okay. I do have
If
a little bit
both
of something.
Next game.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a fun game.
He gave me a hug and 5 head pats today.
You asked
yep,
for
look
the
at that, you
hug
made it official already.
and one of the head pats.
Oh, nope. 5
Well,
head
the thing
pats is
is-
too many. That means it's official.
I mean, to be
He's
honest,
a Tremere, so he's actually got little needles on his fingers. So every time he pats your head, he takes some
yeah.
blood.
Oh, they were.
Absolutely.
Aww.
That would be good.
I mean, that's why he's
I'm
gonna
afraid
love
that's
it,
true.
I
To
guess.
the end of the game here tonight, so there's not really a lot of points to make it for the moment, but then we'll make it for next week.
With my other characters.
It's
But
not
you
actually
can't
true.
pet
The thing about
animals.
Tremere is
It's not
that they
true,
can't
Sawyer.
blood ball
Oh.
with anybody.
No, opposite. They're very good at blood bonding.
Hi,
I was over here
Havoc.
confused at shit.
So,
Uh-huh.
I think I'm being sire adopted.
you're being sire adopted. Why would you do that?
Why I gotta be on
You have a cool sire, don't you? Don't you have like a? Don't you like your sire's like big famous dude?
He's dead.
He's abusive. I hate him. Okay, sorry.
Also
Oh.
that, yes.
Do you remember the date when you left?
Yeah, that is actively true.
But he is also like dead. Haunting fella.
So like, so you're saying that you're not wanting to milk his prestige as long as you possibly can in order to benefit yourself.
No, he. I mean, he gave me a lot of money, so.
Take the money and run. Let's go.
Make him
Yeah.
mad.
Hey, you're supposed to be a good
I'm just saying,
role
like, I'm just saying,
role
you don't need to
model.
do the
Don't
whole
be
like,
a
get
bad
adopt-
one.
like I saw somebody
I'm
do
supposed
this.
to be a
The only reason I
good
saw somebody do this,
person,
there was
and
this
that's a
person that I know.
bad person.
This
So
person that I know who would hop from claiming
You
that
really have
someone
the
was their
polar
sire to
opposite.
someone else being their sire.
You don't need another.
Oh no.
You
No,
don't
I
want to go
wouldn't do
down
that.
that road.
I don't want to do that. I just think he's cool.
I mean, that's
I
totally
mean, you
cool.
can
I'm just
certainly
like,
have
I mean,
him as a
let's
mentor
do that.
figure and not need him as your
Yeah, that
sire.
works.
You know.
You could also just kind of like,
fine with
you know,
that if
be
it-
your own dude. Be your own dude.
that
Yeah,
also
I'm fine with
works
that.
too.
He's fine with it.
I'm happy to.
Yay!
Oh, man, there's two. Wait a second. There's two Toreador.
Would you need the time in between your memories?
Gasp.
Remember anything at all? Any images?
Oh, what you gonna do?
What are you
Two
thinking? About?
Toreador.
Oh no, I don't know.
There's more than one Toreador.
I know, obviously, one of them needs to be primogen, but like, again,
Yes.
barely know this person.
I
get to
know.
know them.
Okay,
They used to
am-
be here before, well
I'll be
before
back
me.
in a minute.
Why am I
I-
being
I-
gestured at? I don't
you-
like it.
Just didn't. That,
Yeah,
They were in the Umbra, apparently.
be your own person.
So
Oh,
I don't know where to begin besides.
that is also technically an in-clan. Like they have to come to that decision, and then I authorize it. So.
Key things, possibly.
Okay.
but yes, I'm definitely able and available to be a mentor type
We should
figure.
suggest it.
Again, you're welcome to my haven at any point.
Hey Sawyer.
right. Huh?
What I'm trying to like wink, wink, nudge, nudge to the prince here. Not listening to me. Is there's more than
No,
one
I
Toreador.
am. I'm just saying that.
That means that there's like, means Clan Toreador needs to figure out who's gonna be primogen, and that could be you.
Or it could be her.
There was some other question as to who would become
Yeah.
your friend.
There really is
It could be
whoever you two decide.
You two just really have to go talk. Go talk about it. Go.
Jim,
Okay.
one has altered memory, like messed up memories, and the other is very socially awkward.
It's gonna be so
Yeah, it'll be
beautiful
great.
to watch.
I mean, it'll be interesting, all right.
And it was responsible for the deaths of many kindred.
Oh, they're going to talk about it now. Poor kid. Poor kid.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't.
Wonderful. Yes.
Also, to answer your question earlier, yes, I am.
Are you doing okay? There's too many people around you.
No, I
What?
just they're calling for me and
Oh, just answering a question they asked
I
earlier.
don't even know.
I know they don't even remember the question, so that's why I'm answering it. Now that they don't remember the question.
There's
That's
like
fair.
3 questions
Okay.
I ask in a span of like 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Hey, Antonio, Danny.
I'll
was
just
there
say
you
yes
go.
to all
over
of them.
there.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
He's way back in the corner over here.
Ooh. 5 years is way too low.
Oh, it'll be quite interesting.
It's also only 2 people for now, so there needs to be at least one. And once the time comes that there could be more Toreador, then that discussion will be made again.
Is this a primogen discussion? I apologize.
Yeah.
for asking.
There's more than one Toreador on the island, and it's kind of a killer clan of the Camarilla, so
That's entirely your choice, of course. Well,
yes. Well, it's their choice, but I just authorize it.
exactly. An appropriate clarification.
Oh no. I just realized something, Jim.
Oh no. What?
This means Bag's going to host more Primogen meetings.
Oh God. Technically, more than half of the roster's filled, so
I say we're doing pretty good then.
yeah.
It's been quite some time since the last amusing primitive game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been quite some time since the last Primogen made it.
Bag's going to learn of the new Toreador Primogen, and then they promptly ask, so we should have a Primogen meeting.
Probably.
Probably.
I'm honestly surprised he isn't here to kind of, I don't know. Does he get giddy? Does he, like, feel any other emotion than, like, this stoic hatred?
I mean, I've seen him drop the stoic part and replace it with angry
Yeah.
hatred before.
Yeah, no, I've seen him fucking yell at people, but does he ever get, like... I feel like this is something he'd get giddy at, you know?
Thank you. I wanted to share my appreciation for having me as a guest. It's been quite lovely. Thank you.
Excellent. There's nothing else you need.
No, everything's been quite lovely.
Havoc.
I got
We'll talk to Danny
a chance to have a meeting with
Never
a
mind, okay,
sultan
he's
soon,
going
I
off doing
think.
his thing.
So that's exciting as well.
Interesting. I haven't met him myself. Quite the audience, I'd imagine.
Well, yes, he's apparently an elder of the Independent Alliance, and I love to avail myself of all of the local elders and meet them and speak with them at length. So
What
rather
what
looking
exactly
forward
is he
to
the
it.
Sultan of?
Excellent.
His title, I don't recall off the top of my head, but it sounded like a kingly title. So I believe he was a prince.
No,
or
I know what a Sultan means, I'm just
king by the
wondering
way that it
what
was
he's
phrased.
lording over.
I think it's from his mortal days. So I bet we could look him up in the historical literature.
Maybe.
It's like saying I'm Ramses, you know, like.
Maybe he's a church.
That's probably just a hyperbole, but wonder if one of those fellas
Like the
is like a
Egyptian.
Ventru or something. Yeah.
Or Persian, maybe?
Who knows?
I know he's a Metsu Bedset.
Right. Likely in that Middle Eastern area then, I think. Originating at least.
I rather love Art Deco and Snake Decor, so I'm excited to meet him.
I hope you have a wonderful time.
I will definitely be considering
How exactly
going
do you feel
to.
about having a caitiff on the island? Because I
Well-
know you notice you talk about like Gehenna a lot, and I just that's kind of tiny bit one of the signs. And
Do you know my? You want my genuine opinion?
preferably.
Well, I would actually be quite elated being the clan that I am. That would mean there is someone lower on a totem pole, so yay.
I mean, you're already pretty high on the totem pole. You are harping.
Oh no, I didn't mean that. I meant from a clan perspective.
From a clan
I'm
perspective,
often called the
maybe.
clan. And that's all I meant.
Our rising color as far as history of
Alex, there's someone behind you.
Are they trying to gather my attention?
Sometimes,
No,
no
I'm
matter how much you
brother.
do, you still have to pay more dues.
Hey, Ivory comes in black as well.
I like that.
Should I make your introduction? Should I make your introduction again?
What was that?
Very well. Welcome back, Noir Fallen.
Hey, how are you?
Tremere Architect. No. Anyway.
I'm doing alright. I had some time to reevaluate certain aspects of my brain. But I'm alright.
Are you
That's
ready
good.
to make an announcement?
Pretty
Not
good.
really an
Jesus,
announcement,
you're
just talk
tall.
to the prince.
Of course.
They feed me my shreddies.
But indeed, I am back.
Announcements are a bit.
Little GH, little GHB.
And I've noticed
suppose
this
if
place
you
feels like more of a ghost
continue
town.
to.
And I prefer to start.
Yeah.
It is
Not slow,
contact, but
Really, I think it
And I
was,
think this.
it was my uncle. He
Nocturne.
later become my sire.
I'm back.
He,
Hey, look at that.
Welcome back, Nocturne. More importantly, Nocturne. More importantly, Noir Fallen.
Now it's you, little one.
5 to 20.
At least
Hey, Nor, how you doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was.
I'm doing alright.
He is a lovable
I would like to
character.
thank you
You know-
for stopping me from doing those things back then.
howdy.
But yeah, it grew big.
Hi.
Falling off the roof?
Talk
Yeah,
about it.
you're welcome.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Raw milk, you know?
We did.
Can't get it here.
I'm hoping that you're
Alright, come
you're
to a
well
conclusion,
again.
or still kind
I
of.
am. I have some time to reevaluate.
I'll give you a very short.
Reevaluate, learn things.
You know,
Your sire goes
things
into
like
greater
that.
detail into it.
indeed. I'm
I
pretty
get
much
it, I
up
get
to date
it.
with this modern.
But you are
Modern-
Nor, right?
Interrupt
Indeed
an
I
elder
am.
when he's
Which
talking to
one?
someone. Or with someone.
The second.
Okay.
The
Oh, yeah.
other is
Yeah, I was in
also
the second.
here. Technically, it's.
Okay.
What do I say?
Interesting.
Not the first.
Complicated?
Well, I mean, is the back room open so we
Yeah,
can
kind
kind of
of.
discuss this in a bit more private matters?
There's not
Big target.
two of us. There's now one of
Please.
us, but we're both one.
So which side were you on?
As in, we're completely sane. As in, I'm sane.
Okay.
Seriously?
Well, you know what? As long as you are sane.
I mean, hey, you
take
never
that
know.
as
I mean,
a
they were double
positive.
agents. I mean, Ian Fleming got
Indeed.
his caricature from somewhere. Canadian, I believe it was.
Well, I'm-
right?
You know what?
Ah,
As
yes.
long
Harpy
as you're
Weiss.
okay and able to manage everything, well, yeah.
Greetings.
Good to see you again.
This is
Good to see you.
Noir Fallen.
Hey, Dominic.
Tremere Architect.
Hello.
Pleasure, is that a title?
Yeah,
Or an occupation?
the Warriors solved the
Title, I
law
believe.
with, NH.
And there's a title.
Lovely. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Greetings, architect.
Greetings. And whom might you be?
Domino Weiss, copy of the domain. I'm a clan of the repeat.
Oh.
Involved in building the Camarilla into a wonderful, beautiful.
I'm quite familiar with their people.
Awesomeness and
I pretty much, I think I still have grimoires about you. Although, my thing's still at the chantry.
right?
Correct. All of them are.
Yeah, they stole it.
That's good.
They're not
But
real.
that means my books are still
Just
there.
a magic trick.
Now, Noir, remember,
Okay.
it's not good to mention the Chantry in the public. Seeing as you already did. Yeah. Remember,
No
that's a word that
apologies.
most should not know.
That's their special place.
Indeed. Out of character, I'm so
What do you think?
excited. I
It's
even
even
knew that myself.
it's
I
even
still-
it's even more important that they don't know where it
See, they should
is.
make it easy for the rest of us. If there
No,
wasn't
yeah,
for
it's
pulling out-
absolutely important that they don't know where it is.
Out of character, I never said that because I
I'm
literally
not talking about you
thought
in
of-
character.
in my brain I thought about it. I was like, I'm not supposed to say this. I'm gonna say it anyways.
That's fine.
What's wrong with
That's
it?
fine. That's fine.
Hello.
What?
How's it going,
Goodness.
everyone? Alex, can
Trust
I,
never to go to
pull you aside
any
for a sec?
secret from your place.
The prince is trying to talk.
Dialogue erase.
I don't care, man.
I don't need to. She still laughs
Yes,
because there was
Jim.
something that happened that you're not aware of.
Hi. How's it going? I would simply like to introduce everyone to, as there are more corridor on the island, the Primogen spot needs to be filled. Primogen Sawyer.
Hello.
No, congrats.
Alright, that's it. You
Interesting.
can obviously say whatever the hell you want.
I
Yeah.
They came to the decision, and
cannot
I...
wait
Don't laugh,
for the
it's not
next
funny.
Primogen meeting.
I'm not laughing at Sawyer.
Yes,
Sawyer-
yes, it'll be
Sawyer's
quite fun.
not
Oh,
funny.
God.
I
Huh?
I can.
There is another Primogen that
Primogen
loves to
kinda
call
gets
Primogen
more-
meetings.
Bag him.
Yeah.
Rice bag on a text
Bag
message.
will certainly be elated.
If you would love to know, I can send a message right now to figure that out.
Actually,
How Bag
The
feels.
yeah, Camaria, just kind of let everyone know if you want, if you don't mind.
Or if if you would like to do that,
I'm
then
gonna write a biography report.
Do that in
Report, like,
That sounds great.
as well as
I'm gonna do a whole big report.
good.
Guess what?
That should be wonderful then.
So much fun.
Alrighty.
Did you know
Suppose we can
that
only
when
see
I
what
was
happens.
part of the cam,
Good
there
luck.
was a possibility of
Thank
me
you.
becoming the permission for the
You're going to need the good luck. But you got this.
Yeah, I figured. I figured I'd need luck.
Weird as all hell.
Be
It's true, I
mindful
was
with
telling
your
her about the
words.
Second World War.
Once Noir is done, I'll introduce you to him.
Camarilla.
Okay.
Partially, and you know, the members of the
I mean,
Banana
hell,
team
I
have
might be the
made
one shooting
mention
at him.
about the possibility of being part of
I
the
heard
Permission
news
Council before.
about you siring
Mostly
someone
boondocks.
I don't know. There was a lot of people.
or an adoptive
Not
son.
sure how he's going along with
We
that,
ended up
but,
canceling
let's
that
check in with
idea.
him.
Instead, more so, it was they are now my
Mentorship.
kind of like a student, I
You know
suppose.
how Boondock will be in a meeting.
Yeah.
Huh.
So much will get done.
Well, congrats, little one.
If they need me for any
Oh,
kind of
okay.
information, they come to me. And if they would like me to teach
Oh.
them anything, I will teach them.
Yeah.
Well, not anything, but
Sawyer.
You're gonna learn thaumaturgy?
ah, I know.
No.
So useful.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So useful.
The only thing that I
Are
would
we giving out
ever
lessons?
willingly teach, and I'm not going to, and I'm not going to because I can't, would be the first level of Green Path.
And they go to Hogwarts.
First level of what?
The Green
that?
Path.
You know
The
what
green
we're gonna
path.
do for Halloween?
Ah.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Magic. What does that even do?
I'll learn
Sorry.
that.
Green path. The green path.
Simply
I
put,
don't mind.
I'll be right back.
simply put,
Please.
it allows you to plant thaumaturgical plants that have special effects due to how you raise them. Like, I've made some
So is that how
hallucinogenic
you make
ones.
the-
I've made flowers for Sawyer through that method. There are definitely ones that can help with aid with the reconstruction of the body, relatively heal you a little bit. There's some that can restore
Sounds
blood,
very, like therapeutic, kind of taking care of that.
but there's also like poison ones and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
again, it is more of a supportive.
Could you
thing.
make tea?
Oh yes, definitely.
I would love
Would you
to.
make coffee?
It's been a while.
I could probably find a way to brew you a cup of coffee from that.
Got it. You got it. You got
Fuck yeah.
See, now you don't have to
It
worry
is
about
actually
that.
something that I do actively know, so, and have shown off a little bit.
And you get to be in charge.
If I trade you a cow,
Very interesting.
could I get magic beans?
No, so Alex.
Depends on the beans and how magic you want them. And also, you wouldn't have to trade me a cow.
And the type of cow.
You'll see him at the top.
Have you been taking your pills? You look a little
Conversation
famished.
did I walk into with magic
I'm
beans?
fine. I've eaten lately.
Ones with cows.
I
and
assure you it was
beans.
legitimate.
That's the kind of
legitimate
conversation you walked
kindred.
into.
You've eaten, or were you taking pills? Which one?
You said famished, and then you asked if I took my pills, so I'm a little confused.
Abilities are that I can create magic beans. I wouldn't even bat an eye.
Blood
Genuinely, I
beads.
just don't.
Can create magic
Ah,
beans.
I know what you
telling
mean.
us about his magic bean
I haven't had
collection.
any of those for a while.
I think he was saying he can
For
make
a
magical
Oh,
coffee.
so you've been straight feeder.
Yes, yes, I have.
Plants.
Coffee
Yes,
is beans,
no,
yes.
Finally, you've grown into a
I
respectable
mean,
man.
true.
I knew you would.
See?
You don't
Magic
need to
beans?
bring up my
I offered him a
previous
Beans.
phobia of blood.
I think
You
it
don't
has to be
need to bring
magic
that
cow.
up.
When he was younger,
I can magic up
a
a
younger
cow.
vampire.
You mean
He
with...
quite had the
Actually,
phobia of
actually,
blood
Magic cow, but
itself.
did you have a magic cow?
And it was only until I came to this
I can magic up
island
a cow,
that
and the cow
I
would be magic.
stopped that.
How would the cow be magic?
But,
Give an example, please.
Indeed. He
Well,
kind of had
be
a
able to
push
proceed the
towards
Fae.
it, but alas, it worked.
Oh,
That it did.
okay. I suppose that is magical.
See?
Got it.
The cow
But I
that can
hope the
proceed
best
to
for
So
you.
if I could perceive the Fae, does that make me magical, or am I not magical by part?
So
I think
you're-
we're already
Don't see
magical.
the
I sense this
In
one's a
some
That's my
Magical.
fuzzy.
question.
Does that make
Does
me a
the
cow?
thing count as magical?
It could.
Oh,
Who's that person in the
I
middle?
bet you could jump
so
out of
you're
the
recent.
And they're
Let me
permagen.
make a possible Taldir
Where you
course.
see in the middle.
Well,
By the
obviously
way,
I
you
was
are
there for
in
that.
No, the
I know,
red-
I'm just making a comment on it.
Oh, sorry.
Did I hit it?
That was
Hmm.
great.
Continue.
Yeah.
Little guy?
Yeah, By the way,
Hmm.
you want to know a path that I'm trying to get on?
What are you trying to learn?
Anybody know,
Just take a good guess.
Oh yeah. You know what?
I'm quite fond of
sorry?
this generation
She's a
now.
daughter.
Oh, you're trying to learn technomancy.
Yes?
Beyond that, she hasn't.
Since you're
Indeed.
Primogen, may I
It'll
formally
be
ask
quite
to
a
continue
doozy,
our
but-
arrangement?
Yeah, just
I
something.
just want to make sure that, like,
Mhm.
geez,
It'll be quite a
Excellent.
doozy,
Thank you
but
so
it's
much.
something.
I just wanted to clarify, given
I
your
was
position
also
in
thinking
dialogue,
about
I can say that Primogen, and I have spoken.
green
Thank you.
path,
Well,
because I do need
Keeping to herself a lot of the time, but
work on certain things.
well, if you would like to work with me and
daughter
further our,
company.
both
Still
of
not
our
noticing
studies on
that
that,
works, but magic
that
is
works.
a thing.
as I am also
I don't know.
Sorry.
actively learning.
That works. Because I also
Is it
heard
a
there's
lot
an
just happened?
epidemic going on,
That there is.
A lot
and I
just
can
happened.
use some.
A
I
lot
have magic
happens every
strength,
time.
magic
I
speed.
can use
So, I
some
guess-
research
So
that I
Primogen, so
learned from other places when I was gone.
Also,
Do I
I
have to
suppose
call
I
you
can
my
only
lord
thank
now?
you
I was in
for
Japan for a
having
while. If
to
you haven't,
induce so many more
processed.
Primogen meetings
Okay,
into
so,
us.
so
You're lucky I bought that suit for
Ray,
you
how old does your
to help
character
with
look?
that to help with
He
that
looks around 19.
story. Out of character,
okay.
you were in the Boston Chantry that entire time.
On the other hand,
Or you were in
seeing
our
as
chantry
you
that entire
get
time.
see,
more
I had to
The
like
what,
warp
sorry?
the story. 'cause
Out of
wouldn't make
character, I'm
sense
just
if I
I'm
walked out
clarifying.
to
But
But yeah, that had to be warped because I walked here, and it wouldn't make
You're
sense.
doing better though. I'll say that. He at least didn't jump.
What's
to
been
50
happening in the
years.
Chantry?
Wow, thanks.
You're
But
welcome.
I was there for a bit, I'll say.
So what
And
was the
then I
game
just
you were
eventually
playing?
just actually disappeared, and nobody said
Stand
anything.
behind him and see if he notices me. He doesn't
You're
pick up
making
on
fun of
people's
me
presence
again.
very easily.
oh, are they?
Oh, I'm training you. That's what that's called.
Is this closing time?
I think
Are we
it's
in a
more.
circle for
Oh, that's
closing time?
fun.
You're just.
Oh,
you're,
Arcadi.
Oh,
you're standing
hello.
behind.
Keep
Yeah, I know,
facing
that's
me,
the first
guys. I
step.
don't think you
You
want to
wanna know
see
how I
that
was trained?
Nosferatu.
How you been, Arcadi?
Okay.
it's good.
Unless
You wanna know how I
unless
was
you don't
trained?
want to discriminate against a Nosferatu, you could. It's up to you.
I won't.
I've been great. Actually.
I'm just
My
kinda-
sire
So?
would come up behind me
You're
and
new?
stab me.
I have not
if
met
I
you.
didn't notice him in time.
I am new.
My sire critiqued me to the point
Pleasure to
of
make
me
your
wanting to commit
acquaintance,
suicide.
Professor Alex Ernest.
I get that.
Yeah, Sammy.
Let's see here.
Well, if you don't want to shake, that's perfectly
Yeah, I've
fine.
heard about what your
Ever feel
I
your
heard
smell?
about your fingers and what they do when you
My
touch
sire is
people.
more emotional
That's
than
not true.
physical.
If you'd like, I can even take off my glove to.
Alec? No, just out of character. I was hearing you guys all say
Yeah,
that
he was
stuff.
more emotional than physical.
Thank you. Give me all
Yeah,
the
screw
emotion.
it.
Pleasure to
It's
make
a
your
pleasure.
acquaintance.
So let's start with
But-
you saved me from
Professor
dying,
Alex Ernest of Clan Tremere and the
and actually
Seneschal
hitting me,
for
and that's
Prince
the only
Jim.
reason you heard me, apparently.
Okay.
Prince whom?
Prince Jim McCoy of Clan Bruja.
Language is hard.
Ah.
I'm trying to remember.
You're good.
So there's
He
that.
pitied you.
Second
Debate,
best.
debatable. It's up there.
He died.
He's the prince. It must be the best.
And then he
Are we able to talk about the research in
Have you
public?
seen
right
haunting
now?
you?
Ghost anywhere?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Can-
Apparently, the Arcady needs to speak with him. So I just wondered if you've seen
Is
him.
he here now?
Can you come with me to clarify what it is?
No.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, okay. I honestly wouldn't know because I can't
Your
see.
research.
You're
Oh,
fine.
oh,
But so
done.
he's talking to me and critiquing
I can
every
fill you
5
in if you'd
seconds
like.
whenever I do
Only
art,
wait
and it's
when-
less of critique more, and
Yeah.
it's more just
Have a good
views
time,
now.
man. Yeah.
That
Lead the way. If you want to explain here, or
More
goes
just
private.
abuse?
Be thing again.
Well, what does he
regardless.
say?
We won't be going into private, considering it's
earlier
not
when I was
private
angry,
information,
he
just
said,
away
"Oh,
so
are you
that way
trying
it's
acting
quieter.
now?
Okay,
Let me give
how
some
did you
pointers,"
turn it
when
so
I
we
was
can't see
literally
your name
yelling at
tag?
him.
How have you been, Katie?
Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, I do. It just looks like.
So what we know so far, the big things. There's a few of them. The first one off the top of my head is that it is a supernatural disease. It is not man-made, it is not a natural, it is not anything like that. It is made supernaturally. Nothing with chemistry, nothing with mad science from Alicia has determined.
So
It
is this another alteration event?
It
As
could be.
in-
I mean, you remember the
Although
you remember the abomination, correct?
Indeed.
Sealed up, taken care of. So no need to worry about that.
Good to know.
A second thing that is good to know is that it has infected ghouls. It might have infected ghouls. It depends on what the results of Domina's ghoul comes back with. Because a ghoul got sick, apparently for her it's common for that ghoul to get sick with bird flu, so we will be seeing if it's bird flu or if it's something else.
I mean, if there is any traces of the abomination still left, it would still make sense.
It's sealed up
If it
in a
prospers into
way.
another G.
It's sealed up in a way that it cannot escape or influence the outside world.
True, but if there's, we're talking about not supernaturally, but DNA-wise, because you already know how it affects other ghouls. If it affected a ghoul and then we missed one and they got sealed away, that ghoul is no longer be controlled or altered by the
Possible.
abomination. So
It's
technically
possible,
that
but their
ghoul-
goal wouldn't be to cause chaos and cause disease. It would be more so to free them.
Exactly.
I like what you're thinking, though. Because that leads me down a rabbit hole of what if this is to get us distracted on the disease and less focus on that.
But if not, what if it's also a link to the abomination? If it's sealed where it was, but there's a remnant of it that's still out, what if that could be a loophole for it to escape?
I don't think it's escaped. I don't. Because if I remember correctly, it's
Well,
sealed
like,
with its weapon, too. So. Like, everything that was related to it is sealed away.
Something tells me they should have been sealed separately, but no worries, I guess.
Separately, yes, but it is impenetrable by both itself and magic, and it cannot transform into the Umbra from inside, so it is perfectly sealed.
I wonder.
Now, the disease, let's see, I mentioned, well, I might as well mention what it exactly does. It's, it, changes the internal organs a little bit. It speeds up the acceleration of their age, and as a result, they die of natural causes from organ failure.
Rapid agent properties. Alright. What else?
That's as far as I know. I mean, there are some rumors that it might be connected to rats, but I doubt it. Seeing as on the island we do have ratkin, and they are actually relatively friendly with the kindred on the island.
Do we have samples of the ghoul's blood that has been altered?
Again, that's being currently tested by Domino.
Alright.
So, it's not like it's not being looked into. Currently, me and Alicia Wallace, if you know them, daughter of Plutarcho, we are currently looking into.
Plutarcho has a daughter?
Two. One by blood relations as well as sired. But,
Who's the other?
Constantia, I believe. I don't remember her name. It's not too important. The importance is that Alicia is helping me with the research on this. I'm currently occupying their lab, and me and them are working together through medical practice as well as my chemistry spin on it and her mad science spin on it. Her creations are quite interesting, might I add.
I wonder if it's possible to stop the infection by sealing it in. But no, that wouldn't make sense.
Sealing what? As far as
so if a person gets infected, the infection on the body has to start somewhere.
Correct. We don't know if it's air, water, if it's a animal bite, flea bite, anything like that.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if we're able to seal it within the patient itself. Think of like a carrier disease. They're carriers,
Notice,
but like it doesn't affect
however,
them.
there's a considerable amount of people infected already. The current goal right now is to look for a cure as well as, if not a cure, a way to prevent future infections. And
like a vaccine.
Yep, correct. Something that can probably be substituted in the medical field with, I don't know, replacing a flu vaccine with their own concoction or something like that.
Have you been dabbling with the, what is it called? Your green path to find some herbs that can help with this? Because you remember we also have mystical herbs.
It's not something that came to mind, but it is definitely something that I can look into. Look for ones that specific, because I do know that we could get curative properties from the green path.
Because remember, certain plants have certain spiritual
Are you being
power.
bullied?
Yeah. They're
Okay.
calling their puppy.
Who? What?
Oh, come with me.
No, no, wait. Sawyer, explain to me what they're calling you.
They referred to me as a puppy because I like head pats. And
And?
then they said they called them me their puppies, which makes it more concerning.
There.
That's kind
Who
of
said
odd.
there?
They said our puppy. I don't remember names very well, but the two on the side right there.
Two on the right?
Well, the
Yes.
new one.
Oh, Lance and Sammy, I believe.
Yes.
Lance, I expect that kind of comment from. I don't know Sammy too well, but if they're like Lance, well, who knows? Just,
Yeah, but also the fact that they called. Yeah, just a little concerning.
What, do
I
you
was
not
just
like
thinking,
being called
just- No, really don't. It makes me feel like I'm being talked down too.
Okay, well, what do you think the best solution is? Do you want to come to me for me to talk to them?
No,
Or
I
do you
want to
think
tell
you
them
should
myself.
go tell them?
I was just okay.
You got
You have
this.
authority now, child. You should use it.
That you do.
And what did Daddy say?
Oh.
There are many things that I need to work on in the backgrounds. I know since I'm back, it kind of stirs a lot of heads.
Of course.
Let's see. I might try that. There is something. I need to check to see if Zerial did leave that for me. He's dead, by the way. But,
I'm quite aware.
You're quite aware? Good. Let's see.
You'd be surprised what the power of technology can do.
If so, I'll become a little bit more armored underneath this clothing. As well as I'll probably carry a pistol on me.
For what purpose?
Why do we have a giant bowling ball with arms?
I think they're without a character.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Give me a moment.
Oh, Nocturne's describing what she's wearing, but people can't see what she's wearing.
Your character should have one of those robotic tails anyway, because the tail is awesome.
I'm gonna have to not show
Never mind.
Oh, but Alex, remember,
Oh, I see it for a second.
the key is not just normal plants. You can try normal plants that have healing properties
I'm aware.
that act as antibodies, but
Okay, I don't see. All I see is
I am aware of the green
spiritual
path.
herbs.
and like using the Oculus.
Okay,
she must have a
I'm just
VTM.
saying, sage could be a good
Yeah.
thing. Other plants that have to do with
drunk people, uninvited.
just anything spiritual, really, should be able to help. That's all I
But
can say.
besides the fucked up teeth, do you
I
look the
don't
same?
even know how.
meet there in the group for some reason. If she
I don't
didn't
know.
buy him,
I don't know how fucking group plus instances work.
It's like Friends Plus, except usually it's like Friends Plus, but with so any of our friends can join. However, the invite's still sent to the group.
she's orange,
Wait, what's
so
that
that's
mean?
how it works.
Okay, wait. What does that mean?
Well, like, you know how Friends Plus works, where if you are a friend with a person, they can just join off of you if it's a Friends Plus world, and it does not matter who the host is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Group Plus works a lot like the Friends Plus, where anyone of the group is going to see that they get the invite
A
to the
friend of
group.
anyone in the
However, a friend of anybody that is in the group can also join.
Oh, I thought you said do you need anything, not if you need anything.
Okay, because earlier I was trying to get in. I tried to get in, then it was send me back to my home area.
Well, my
And it
recommendation.
says something, but the screen was too small. I couldn't read what it said.
My recommendation for that is to join the Dark Skylines group. So the Dark Skylines LARP group. Because that's where all of the games are going to be coming from. So it'll allow you to join.
Okay, how do I join that?
So when you open up that menu, go to groups. You can group search, enter a search term.
Okay, groups.
Yep.
You did almost kill me.
Okay. What should I be searching for?
You should look for. It really depends on.
It's fine.
How much you want for the title. Dark Skylines LARP is the entire title. So it depends on how much you want to search. Do you want to search through everything that is Dark Skylines, or just put it all in and then get the group?
It sounds still very wrong.
But he should be in here
I know.
if that's the case.
Although I did hear about an epidemic that's going on.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's a bit of a.
Yeah, I tried just going Dark Sky too much. So it's Dark Sky Line.
Yep, Dark Skylines
It can affect
LARP.
Ghouls, which very scary.
Yeah, we already talked about that. And then,
Sorry, I tried to take care of that the best I could.
Okay, well, so you're probably already up to speed. Oh,
just talking about this.
Alex.
Yes.
I spoke to the ratkin. They're noticing it. Rats apparently cannot get the disease.
Well,
Can they carry it?
Wait.
So, coming into town.
There's a difference.
Out and about that you're a
Yep.
Wait, disease?
You can shout.
Just
You glitched out so we could hear you.
yeah, you glitched out a little bit, so I couldn't hear you if you answered.
Neither there, he just crashed right now.
Yeah, they might have. But yes, there's a disease that is ongoing, so preferably protect your herd a little bit. As far as we know, it's only affected Kine and one possible ghoul. Again, it's not confirmed if that ghoul is infected or not quite yet.
Okay, I am back. I apologize. I kind of like my computer disconnected from my headset. What did I miss? Or what was the last thing that I said to you?
I explained the disease to them. That's what I did. And then the last thing you said was they can't get the disease. And then I replied with, well, can they carry it? Because there's a difference.
There is. He didn't specify. Hold on. If you want me to, the email I got was.
Send another message their way saying if they can check to see if they can carry it. You know.
Doesn't seem to spread too easily, at least, but I don't think many people have died. Also, looks like rats can't get it. They don't apparently have a lot of medical professionals, but their seers are looking into it.
Okay.
Okay. I'd love to see him tonight. Can't get it, but again, you can specify if they can carry it or not.
No, you're okay.
Be sure
by the way,
to...
very cool.
We were talking about earlier. It is
But
what
I'm the 69th member of the group.
Kind of debunking
Nice.
it. I was thinking about how we can turn
But no, not just
a patient into a carrier, but just like the rats, they don't have any symptoms.
Right there.
But it will also be bad because they're carrier and spreading it around, even though that person's fine. So
You know,
in
to
order
back
to
plate.
replicate that,
I mean,
it's gonna be really hard.
it would be...
So we need to know
Especially
how
since the disease
rats-
appears. It kills
Noir.
so quickly from what I've seen, right? Like,
a week,
It ages.
I'd say. Unless
Yeah.
they're being actively
So-
cared for, then they can last a little longer. Like, me and
doesn't seem
Alicia
like
have
it
been...
has much
Do you
chance
remember
to
the person that
spread
walked into
in
the
that week,
chateau?
You know? Yeah.
they're lasting a bit longer because me and Alicia are both actively caring for that person.
How is that going, by the way? Is it
Still ongoing, nothing truly fruitful yet.
How can you even care for something like that?
Medical innovations, lots of time, patience, research.
Yeah, that's fair. But it just, I don't know, the way it's good that it kills quickly, I guess, so it doesn't have many opportunities to spread.
Good that it kills quickly, but it also alludes to its purpose, if that is the case.
Yeah.
You've seen it fail.
Is it
Hey, have we
possible to
figured-
do a blood transfusion? I'm not sure if that would help.
Well, it is blood-based, but I don't know if it would spread to be like a cancer or something. Well, no, it probably didn't make fucking sense.
I haven't gotten it yet.
I mean,
Well, if we have a supernatural cancer, well, that's even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're describing it, pretty much it made everything inside the post, decay. So if we would transfer the blood, it will still probably decay because it might already affect the skin or the muscle
That's
within
what I'm
it.
saying. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
decay.
Yeah,
It doesn't
it decays the
necessarily
body.
decay, but it does age it. It ages the insides.
Yeah, age. I just remember something. There's something specific.
Decay would cause much more complications. It would be a lot more obvious.
Alex, I think I know what we can do, but I think it might be difficult. Because
And
I
that
know
being?
there's something we can do about. What's it called? I
Not
can't
everybody's
remember.
subscriber to this, but do you have a planned territory? If not,
I know I'm able to do
probably
this.
okay, I can get you a place to stay. Otherwise, you can stay.
Temporary.
I'll remember it later. Is
Hmm?
it? Could it be temporary?
It's more so just an area that I should be
Like,
staying.
I'm trying to remember.
some brouhaha, they claim to be, like, it's a big story, but in essence, they have the ability to manipulate time.
Okay.
Time to
It would be potentially an offshoot of something like that, like fused into some disease kind of rapidly. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know of any quote-unquote
doesn't
true
Tim-
brouhaha on the island, but
Doesn't temporal
If so, it
affect
sounds
a
like you and
certain
Lance would be quite important.
temporal field, but it just slows things down.
And Havoc, of course,
Well,
but you two
no,
are
it's,
actually here.
you know what I mean, like the offshoot, the quote-unquote true brouhaha.
Oh yeah, the time manipulation thingy.
More,
Yeah,
more
I've
so,
never met one.
more so to provide the information on it, Jim, not to actually like do anything about it.
No, I know. What little I do know is that they claim that how we are now, the kind of passionate individuals that we are, is not what our the antediluvian intended. And they're in essence like still the stoic warrior philosophers that they claim to have been since like the first city. So they also really fucking hate like the rest of us. So it hardly seems like a targeted attack, but it could just also be an individual doing who knows what. I don't know.
It's definitely something to think about then. I mean,
One moment
I
while
don't have
pull
any
up
contact with any
my book.
true brouhaha. I don't have the ability to contact them, so I can't get
if
any
possible,
first-hand
it
answers.
could.
I'm just going off of what I've read, what I've seen.
This is purely speculation. I have no no clue if this is true or if it's not. Perhaps even it could be like an elder version of Temporis, like so that something that can target multiple individuals and thing like that.
I don't know. I don't know exactly.
When I went to Louisiana, vampires, withered hoodoo sorcerers of necromancy, and they could rot or wither you, they said.
But can they decide to do that specifically to organs and also have it spread
I
around?
have no idea the targeting system.
It's whatever they touch. And if they open you up and poke your liver, sure.
And I highly doubt that these people are doing that.
There you go.
Pretty much like
Yeah, definitely acts as
Balls.
it seems.
I mean, it could be weaponized in that way. I don't see why.
He
something
said
like
the
that could
internals
be
were
bad.
withered and aged, so
It wasn't necessarily
knows?
withered, but it was aged. It's definitely
But when
aged.
they die, they said that when they die, everyone who dies becomes a wraith. That has a necromantic component to it.
It does have a
Unless they're summoned
necromantic
or something, I don't
component.
know.
That is also true.
So
you could
if I was like
potentially,
wearing it up.
somehow get into contact with one of those individuals again, get us some answers, that would be.
Oh, I never
Me
met
and,
one. I've never
me
met one.
and Alicia are
Oh, okay,
preparing
alright.
if, on the off chance that we do not find a cure or a way to prevent the symptoms, we and Alicia are preparing for a wraith to follow the deceased individual in our care to see where it is they go.
Okay, alright.
That is in our fail-safe, is to have a...
We're doing that as well.
Well, we do not plan on ghouling this individual. We're going to just send a wraith with the wraith.
No,
So,
Right.
if that individual does not make it,
Yeah, it's you know, a lot of it is we're very open.
Although it would be a little bit awkward if the rig got infected, also.
that guy did not fake it.
Who
No,
faked what?
I said it would be weird if the rig got infected.
I mean,
No. They don't. Well,
we will definitely need
I don't know.
Plutarco, or
Actually.
we'll definitely need Plutarco or Georgiano even on this. To be quite honest.
We've already discussed it, and we have Domina's ghoul upstairs, and when it passes, we're gonna be following the ghoul or the raid. So.
Good,
Oh,
good.
so we're gonna have 2 people doing that.
Multiple people doing that is always good.
Yeah.
Prevents it from possibly being shut down or stopped.
What if it's?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what if whatever the ghouls are or the wraiths are going to is also some danger to whoever we send there? Like it could be some.
That's why it's
I
wraith
don't
and
know.
ghouls.
Like,
Sad to say that, but it's true.
Don't start a fight. Don't start a fight that you can't finish. That's the big one.
I mean, me and Domino.
I mean,
were
like,
tracking one down,
but
so
what I meant by
I'm
that
pretty sure
is,
she's
what if
saying
they don't come back
anti-sits
to
to
you can't find
anything, Wraith? So I've got the best thing right next to me, honestly, in this whole city.
I'm letting you know. I will back you up.
I can make a she wraiths away from me. That's about the extent of my skills with the dead.
Do you need something, Sawyer? Or something to add?
No, I've just been listening.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, I can summon the darkness.
I'm saying that you can. You can come to me.
That you can.
If you want to handle it yourself.
Ugh, that. You guys keep her. She's a keeper.
Yeah.
I don't play the mommy daddy.
Sawyer too, up and coming. I'm liking it. Your court's filling out. No, and you have good people supporting you, and that's what a prince needs.
It
So
is.
It's good
Yes,
to see
it's
that
good to have
the Emerald is strong here.
people you can trust.
Let's see.
Well, I wouldn't trust me,
Nosferatu
but
Ventru.
you can use me if you need anything.
Hmm.
I'm now the hatchet of the Independent Alliance, which is basically take like the sheriff and the scourge and something a bit meaner and roll it all into one.
Let's see.
No.
Nosferatu Ventru. We have
Sorry.
Toreador now.
Toreador.
If Danny needs any help at any point. I'd be
Nosferatu, or yeah, well,
welcome to collaborate.
Malkavian also, warning.
Yeah, Malkavian. Tremere.
Ratu,
They're fun.
Mir, Ventru.
Do we have
Toreador.
anyone for
That's 5
Bruja?
clans.
Or is it
I'm
just...
the only Camarilla Bruja.
Yeah.
So.
Spent a few years in Vietnam with 2 Malkavians. Camarilla Malkavians too. Yeah,
And
they were.
the gangrel that we have
they're
is Keeper of Elysium.
Night of the Moon.
Yes, he is.
Because I know that you are very. You have a lot of things to handle.
I suppose he's in a similar position to me. Oh, yes, he hasn't announced that he's Keeper of Elysium yet, officially.
I believe...
Yes, hello. Hi.
Yeah. I believe it's
In
just,
Camarilla circles, yes, but
just
not
in the
to everyone
courts,
else.
yes.
Yeah.
Maybe some of our.
To those of you who know, Eli Stone, the Gangrel Camarilla, is now the keeper of Elysium.
Like fully, officially.
Yay!
Officially, and has been for quite a little while.
Yep, that they have.
That's good.
Well,
Also, I went
congratulations in
through-
absentee, I suppose.
Stop.
Yep.
You
He
know,
apparently will be bringing
Through some
dogs,
bugs
so
and-
do be careful.
What is that?
Oh, I like dogs, and they like me.
They maintain
You read the announcement, right?
Anyways, I went through
I
some
read the
books and
announcement.
it looks
I just
like-
forget if they said I can touch them or not.
Yeah.
I want to pet them. It's just that simple.
I also want
I mean, I
to
don't
put
know.
them
You might
in
not
dog
want to
service.
based on what they. Well,
If you ever want to chill with an
Sorry,
animal, I have bursts.
It's all good. But I went through
Oh
some
yeah, you
books
have that
and it looks
ghoul
like
bird.
Yeah, I have a Goobird. He's a condor.
I'm
but-
sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you.
That was kind of fun.
It's all good. But
I don't know if you would take it.
so
It's a big bird.
I double checked our
Yeah.
little system, and we don't have
What are you on about, Con?
the power I was talking about. There's a specific power.
What are
no
you on
spirit
about,
has
Con?
felt Before I read about it. It's
Are you
where
even still here?
take blood out of one thing, put it into something else. You analyze
That
it.
sounds pretty metal.
You pretty much know. Oh wait, no, but it doesn't work like that.
What are you trying to explain, Noah?
I just remembered what it was. It doesn't. No, it is something that we can do. It's basically what I've done in the past. Like go with psychopath. Adore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
which one of
okay.
you guys?
I'm not surprised.
Now, if that's everything, I might go do a little bit more research, if nothing else is needed.
I'll let you guess with me. What do you think?
Excellent.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Have a wonderful morning.
Bye.
Goodbye, Sawyer. And maybe I'll stop back in, maybe I won't.
What do you think?
Oh,
We will see.
Alex is leaving. I thought so. See ya, Alex.
Alright. We're gonna go back to Blindy. Fire Dragon is left. Anybody? Nobody. Alright.
Keep standing on the chair.
thought he laughed.
No, I just changed characters.
Blindy, hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi,
How have
Blindy.
you been?
I've been fine.
That's good.
And who's this one?
Asimite, blind, anarch. I believe that's an apt descriptor.
Mhm.
Okay.
They do say a blind man is usually a wise man.
I know a lot, so that kind of works out.
Okay, so I'm guessing your character does not have cat ears and a tail?
No, they do.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's the 2050s. There's cybernetics around, so.
Cybernetics and probably also like actual surgeries that have been done.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
A bit more Shadowrun than Cyberpunk, I guess.
He's bundle a game.
I was mainly asking how you've
May I
been
speak
because
with you in private,
last time we talked it was under weird circumstances.
Certainly,
when he was
yes.
waiting for people
I
to stop
believe the
fighting.
back room is open.
Didn't we talk earlier today? I thought I saw you today.
Oh, we did. Yeah, I'm smart.
Well, I'm Sammy. Just got here today myself.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
I'm also Sabat.
Oh? Okay.
Very interesting.
I thought you said you were Anna. Yes, Bob?
Oh no, sorry, yeah, Anak. Sorry, meant Anak.
There's.
I don't know why I said Sabat.
There's a bit of a difference there.
There's a lot of difference there.
There's a bullet of difference there.
Maybe.
Just so I know, is that an out of character mistake or an in character mistake? This is very,
No, that was
very
completely
important.
out of character mistake.
Okay,
just making
okay,
sure.
okay.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay.
Quick out of character note. Oh my god, Sawyer is like a lost puppy. What the fuck?
Alright.
Okay, so Sawyer has protection from the Anna. So our
From a
group
lot of
as
groups.
well.
From a lot of groups.
Yeah.
That was out of character too, right?
Yeah, don't touch
Yes,
fucking
yes.
Sawyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm playing the most wholesome character in a Vampire the Masquerade game.
But yeah, it's nice to meet you. Have you been
as
voted
well.
in, or?
In 3 weeks.
Oh,
That's gonna happen.
okay. So you have to wait like I did. That's fine. I'm sure you'll do well.
So what did you have to do?
I talked about how I was a little bit useful. A lot of the questions revolved around, or more specifically, Boondock's question revolved around, if somebody were to confront you and say that the Anarchs suck, what would you like to do? Or how would you respond? And the answer that I gave that was adequate was, look at them in the eyes and do this. And that worked. I'm sure Twinkle will like you if you are a pretty strong, straightforward kind of person. Everybody else, I think, is okay with just in general more members joining, so.
Sounds like it.
I think you'll fit in.
So who might you be?
No, Franco. Franco Achille Giovanni.
Sammy here.
Nice to meet you, Sammy. There you
Nice
go, you're
practicing.
doing it.
Nice practicing is good.
It's good.
Have we met?
Arcadizative.
Blindy. It's nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you too. It's good to meet. We have met now.
That we have.
I need to prepare speech too, so I say the right things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to know what you can do and you are committed.
There were more people here. Did they go in the back for a meeting?
Yeah, they did. Do you want to hear the weirdest analogy I ever used? It's just for fun.
What's the weirdest analogy that you've ever used?
I feel like a hot dog that fell off the rotator and just laid on the ground.
Do you think the gas station employee is going to pick it back up and put it on the roller or throw it in the trash?
Yes, and you will be eaten.
In 3 days they will.
Yeah, but like if it fell off, it's just
the
sad
3-day
in
rule.
general. I hate that. That
More
cannot be healthy.
importantly, did it fall off on its own somehow,
no, it's
or
the
did it
5-day
fall off while
rule.
you were trying to get it?
I feel like it, like once the employee placed it, just like went downhill from there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So technically fell down on its own. Maybe just placed it at a wrong angle or something and just went whoop.
I mean, that changes the implication a little bit, I think. Because, I mean, if it falls down on
Why
its
are
own,
you a hot
that's
dog?
one thing. But if it falls off
I'm
with
not
somebody
actually a
trying to
hot
help
dog.
it, or get
No,
it,
not hot dog, a wiener. No bun, no hot dog.
I guess that's true.
I'm not a wiener either.
Well, I don't think you're either of those things. I mean...
Oh, thank you.
Maybe a piece of meat.
Huh?
Oh, a piece of meat.
Huh.
I mean...
Delicious.
Aren't we all?
I guess that's one way to think of it, but... I like to
You
think
said
of
it,
us as a
Danny.
little bit more than that.
I like the cut of your jib.
Blindy,
Personally.
I know we haven't spoken
Hello
much,
again.
but I actually have a question for you.
Danny, you've met Arcady, right?
I was wondering,
Oh,
I'm
no.
trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
secure
yes, I did. Yes, at the village.
some
How you doing?
save the lives of 3 members of Banaki. I was wondering, you know any elder Camarilla
Hey, Sawyer.
members of your clan or anything like that?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Off the top of my head,
Things to
no,
think about.
but I'm sure if I
also
thought,
think
like,
how are you doing
a
tonight?
little bit, I might be
Oh,
able to,
awesome.
but not currently, no.
Were you an elder anarch of your clan who could contact
Very cool.
maybe a Camarilla elder that they might know over the years? I know that your clan kind of keeps in touch if they're not in their mountain, I've heard.
Busy. Not much
I'm
to do.
sure Nocturne would be a lot better to talk to about this.
And see
Oh,
things.
ask them for sure. I have. I'm just trying to beat down every bush I can to save these poor souls.
Place to see a lot
That
of
makes sense. That makes sense.
What's
If you'd like, I'll
that?
give you a tour.
And
Soon
thank you
Nocturne,
for
it's
that.
the
I
concert
stay
venue down
here.
the street.
Of course, they were embraced without permission. It's not their
I
fault.
see things
Oh,
here.
it's down the street. I mean, I can show you later too. We'll have our meeting there. in
These
a
not,
couple
these
weeks,
not
so.
Boston,
I
right?
got
So
nothing.
if you want-
Different.
No,
Give
yeah,
them
I
dates.
know, but it's
And
Boston.
thank you for
area.
coming to me.
Yeah, yes.
It's nice
Of
of you.
course,
Yes,
of course.
Yes.
You seem like a very reasonable and outstanding individual.
Thank you. I heard Nocturne for a moment. Where did they go?
To the right, over into that corner, off that way.
Did they go with someone? I hear another voice over there. Is it a private thing?
I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Sawyer, I believe.
I can wait, it's fine. It's nothing important. They just said hi to me, so I kind of want to say it back.
How's business there, Blindy?
Well, I don't necessarily have a business, but if I did, I'm pretty sure it'd be going pretty well. Aside from that, I think just been doing some research into things, some investigating, but other than that, not too much. Caring for plants as usual.
I want to know all about that.
If it interests you, maybe I'll tell you. It really depends, but I'm gonna get the information first before I figure out.
I mean, see the interest. I'm like a dog.
You're a little puppy, eh?
Yeah.
How many couches have you eaten?
7.
Knowing you, Devite, that might actually be a true number.
Yes. How many couches have you eaten?
I not eat any couches. Sir
Really?
Remington eats.
Aw.
He eat many couches. But maybe 34.
Blindy.
But that long time ago, he behaved now.
Nay.
He's smart now.
There was somebody here.
But
I wanted you to
couches,
meet.
Quit the couch?
Oh.
It looks like they left.
He has to stop.
What was their
because
name?
the time
Quit the
is in
Sophie
rubber.
Soph.
Sammy.
Yes.
Oh, I already met them. They're nice so
Quiet
far.
time is good for teeth and chew.
Very.
But it's before he was in care.
And I'm sure that you know Sawyer, right?
Of course. Sawyer's nice.
Cool.
I do not eat couches.
He is nice, isn't he?
I do.
Do you guys hang out often?
Sometimes. I mean, last meeting we
sometimes,
kind
yeah.
of did.
We hid from all the fighting, yeah. We had a nice conversation.
I get that.
Couches.
But why did you want me to meet them?
Going a little bad.
Oh, well, there's
Oh.
a reason for that.
Hmm?
Sorry, you know I gotta keep you on your toes, too.
That's fine.
I'll tell you more over here. Come with me.
Okay.
Follow me.
Wait, is this about me?
No! But we can make it about you.
No.
I'm giving him shit.
Oh,
No,
why are you
I was
giving-
interested in you meeting Sammy
Why are you-
because I know that you are Kadef,
Mhm.
and so is he.
Oh, good to know that there's
So-
another. Just, again, I don't necessarily want a lot of people to know. I'm not even sure if I would want him to know, so...
Oh, yeah, I know. I just figured I'd let you know just in case you wanted to bond over something like that. I didn't tell him that you were it. I just said there was another one in our group. Someone asked, I said, I'm not telling you who they are. Could be me.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe that's why I can melt brains. See,
Oh, maybe.
Kadef.
Maybe. Anything else?
hypothetical.
Mhm.
Yeah, hypothetical. If somebody knew something important,
Mhm.
but knowing that information isn't going to change anything, really. Do you feel like it's important to tell somebody on that, or do you just keep it to yourself?
It depends. Is it a bad thing or a good thing? And if it's a bad thing, is it life or death?
Well, that's an interesting question. It might be considered a bad thing.
If it's considered a bad thing,
But it's not something that would be considered life or death for that person to know. As in, their life isn't in danger either way.
I think it would be better to tell them. If it was life or death, I would not tell them. It's better if they don't know. But if it's a good thing, I also wouldn't tell them. Because I would like them to be surprised by the good thing.
Well, good thing is questionable with that. That's a very questionable thing.
Life, okay, without prying into it, the hypothetical bad thing, could it possibly lead to life or something like death, but not actual death?
Everyone's happy.
Well, I guess it really just depends on how much this information might impact this person to know, and how much they would feel towards the person telling them said information.
Then it's a very delicate thing, because you have to take those into... You have to take them into consideration, then.
Account?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ghost.
If you want me to leave, I can leave.
No,
I'm
it's
sure this
okay.
is
We're
private
dealing in
conversation.
hypotheticals.
Okay.
Let's say if they were to react positively to receiving the information, then that's definitely a point towards telling them. But if they are going to react badly to said person telling them this information, then it's probably best for both parties not to tell them. Now, if they're going to react majorly negatively to learning this information, then again, probably not the best to tell them. Because if they do end up doing something dumb or something like that, then, well, it kind of is on the person who told them. But if you know that they're going to be calm and think about the situation, then, and also take into consideration that the person who told them this to help them, then it's in everyone's best interest for them to know. It also, you said that this can't be prevented, right?
Well, as in the information that would be shared is something that has already occurred, and you can't kind of go back in time and change that outcome.
The thing that I would say is, if you consider them to be someone who can calmly think about a situation, perhaps that would be the best course of action. Again, it also... I think that would work. Again, it really depends on if you think they would actually think about it. In this, or even take it from their perspective. Or if it's about somebody else and something like that, how they would think from that person's perspective, or think things like that. We're getting a bit specific, but it kind of works.
Kind of. It's really a per-person basis, honestly.
It's definitely going to be a per-person basis, at least in my opinion. It also depends, again, on the information, but that's not prying too much on the hypothetical, assuming that it is more than a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're coming to me
But
for
you
a
know,
hypothetical,
hypotheticals.
I want to give it a little bit of a benefit of the doubt, you know, on the off chance that it is, and still give you genuine advice as if it wasn't, you know.
All right. Well, here, how about I make it a little less of a hypothetical for you?
Okay.
What if this terrible news I have to share involves you in some shape or capacity?
Then
However,
I'm going to.
it's nothing that can be changed or prevented.
I'm going to change the
It's already
topic
happened.
then. I'm going to change the topic then, and just ask you: do you have bad news for me?
I might have bad news for you.
I do not want a might.
I know you don't want a might. No one ever wants a might. Even I wouldn't want a might. I mean, I do.
Okay.
And at the same time, I don't
Then-
want to do anything
Then I'm
that's
going
to cause issue.
That I'm going to ask this. Do you think it would be better to tell me, or live in ignorance? Would this information change me? Would it change me for the better or for the worse? Or will I be, I don't know, maybe even indifferent to it? Or,
I don't know. I mean, for me, I know how I would feel. And I know that because I've experienced it. And having experienced it, I was very angry and very vengeful for quite some time.
okay. And did you act on those feelings?
I did. But it honestly didn't really matter in the end.
Okay. So, you can take your own actions and experience in hand, but then you also have to compare that to how you think I am going to feel about the situation. Do you think that I am also going to act that way?
I don't know. I suppose I don't know because I don't know your feelings for...
For?
Well, if I say much more, I'll more than likely take the cat out of the bag. Cake out of the bag works too.
Guess that's true.
Really just depends on if you feel like the information is going to be a wild, screaming animal that'll claw the hell out of you, or a delicious treat that's just a little lopsided.
From the way you've worded it, I don't think it's going to be either, considering knowing myself, I probably wouldn't act on it. I would definitely think on it. I would probably think about what I can do about it if there's something I can prevent in the future, or maybe if it involves defending other people in the future, maybe that, but if it's...
Well, I would say that in this context, you wouldn't have to worry about defending other people.
Okay, would I have to worry about defending myself?
No, as long as you didn't, you know...
As long as I don't do
throw
anything.
down. Pretty much.
Well,
As in,
then I will go ahead and say this. The
no
safest
harm
time
will come to you.
The
as
safest
long as you
time to
don't
do
try and
this
harm.
is right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's compact.
Yeah, that was pointed out to me earlier.
Oh, have you been talking to other people about this?
I've only talked to one other person about it, as a member of the clan that we're a part of. I wanted another clan member's perspective.
Okay.
And I know that technically you're a caitiff, but I still consider you part of our clan.
Is Ghost still here?
No, he took off.
Okay.
But that's okay. Look, there's a room over here that's empty.
Let's go for that then.
I'm gonna open the door. And now I'm gonna lock the door.
But if you want,
Alright,
you can even
well-
lay down some stipulations if you want. I can work with, if you would like me to guarantee no things or reactions, I can try to work with that.
Well, let's see here. I would ask that you at least hear me out. Understand what I'm going to tell you.
That implies that it also
why
involves
I feel
you.
like How astute of you. Hypotheticals, aren't they interesting how they work out?
Well,
They
we
hardly
both-
ever are just hypotheticals.
That is true. But, Now that I know that information,
I would...
I say that I will definitely hear you out, knowing that it is coming from you.
Okay. Cool. And...
But I will pose
I
you
want you to
another
know-
question.
Sure.
Is it something that you did?
Honest answer is yes. It is something that I did that I cannot...
Another question then, was it recent? Because if it was recent, again...
No.
No. Okay.
In fact,
He like sets down
it was
his
really
cane.
before you and I ever met.
Okay. That only really leaves one possible thing on what it could be in my mind. And if that is the
What do you think that
case... Well, we were both in the same location, just didn't know each other at one point, and we hung around in different circles. I was kept mostly by myself, and you were doing your own thing. I didn't even really know you or even know your
kept
name.
Very close.
As was I
kept very close to my sire's side, and I was not
And
allowed to speak
I was
to
too.
anybody.
I was allowed to speak if they needed my information. Other than that, I wasn't. So we're very similar in that
I did
regard.
not talk. Yes.
And the only event that would really harm me in that case is one particular event that kickstarted me even coming here, if you get what I'm saying.
I think I get what you're saying.
So I'm going to ask for a direct answer. Did you kill my sire?
I dislike lying. So I will explain.
Can I get a yes or a
better
no first?
so that you understand why I did kill your sire.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, as you are well aware, members of the Banu Akeem, especially when first brought into the life, spend 7 years under the service, learning techniques and how to fight, defend, all that stuff for the clan. And you have to survive those 7 years. and you were given certain tasks to do in order to show that you are worthy to remain within the life of a Banu Hakim. Then after that, of course, you spend another 7 years under the tutelage of your sire. One of the tasks I was given was your sire. I only knew their name, and I do not know the reason as to why. My sire did, but it was very clear that I needed to learn how to follow orders, especially when the clan was concerned. So I was tasked with their extermination, which I did. But I did not know about you. And I can't say that I did it with any knowledge of a reason as to why. I was following my orders.
I will say
as I did.
I will say this. You were merely used as a tool to a means to an end. And I forgive you for the actions that you have done, but it's something to think on, but know that I don't harbor any ill feelings.
Well, I simply ask. That is really all I needed to know. I know I can't undo what happened, and I honestly can't tell you why I did it other than that. Just the truth.
Do you want to know some of the events leading up to it?
If you can shed some light, I would love to.
Well, seeing as
my
I
nights
was
better, or
with
days,
my sire, they kind of had this feeling, you know how it gets, I think. She explained it to the best I could, of that somebody was coming to get them, and as a result sent me away. I can tell you a little bit of what we were studying and looking into beforehand, if you would like.
I think that would be nice to know. I don't know if it's going to shed any light as to why they were put on my little list.
So, we were looking into two different things at the time primarily, or my sire was. They were interested in the mysteries surrounding Caliburn Island and what was going on with the weird things that could possibly happen here, as well as it was also during that time in which I was finalizing my own studies and her own studies with demons. So it could possibly be suspected that the last part...
Infernalism.
The jump is there, so they might have seen it as perhaps nipping it in the bud, so to speak.
Possibly, given our clan's nature towards the Bali, they very much are very intent on eradicating any signs of it, and they don't take kindly
we were
to it.
Researching it in case something bad were to happen, in case they were to make an appearance, we would know what to do and things like that, but I can understand on how looking into it could be seen as studying it for your own use. So it doesn't...
I've been warned that too when I first came to this island, because my sire was killed because of Infernalist, and I had started to look into them and was repeatedly warned on more than one occasion by members of the island I trust that looking into them might make others think that I am looking to practice that, and it could be very dangerous.
I mean, to that I say you know yourself better than they do. If you know that you won't,
I do.
Then I see no reason why you should stop.
I know that I won't. But my thing is that I'm sure that your sire knew that they wouldn't either, and that didn't stop somebody else from deciding for your sire that they
It
were.
was a calculated risk.
It always is.
But
Bill,
yeah.
I don't know how close you were to your sire. I was very close to mine.
I was more kept
I do...
like a pet, so admittedly one that was cared for, but kind of like that.
Well, you know, if I did something wrong, my sire would punch me in the nose and break it every once in a while, or any other digit that he could get a hold of. Still cared for him. That
Mine
might be
would
the blood
probably
bond
just
speaking.
smack me upside the head or something like that if something weird were to happen. So, though they would oddly feel bad for doing that. They'd still do it, but then they would say they don't want to and things like that, but they have to in order to get the message across. And confused, but they could have gone about it better.
Probably. A lot of it has to do with conforming.
But, again, I don't harbor any ill will towards you. You did what you were told to do. If anything, I would more hold ill will to the person who told you what to do. But from what I hear, they're already gone, so there is no reason for me to have any anger. Any sense of vengeance, no need.
I appreciate that, and I feel like saying I'm sorry is not exactly appropriate in the situation. Like, hey, sorry I killed this person.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it's not like, you know, I
little
spilt
bit.
coffee on the carpet. It just, yeah, it feels odd.
It's not a thing that you really say sorry to. It's a thing that you can, but again, sorry doesn't really make up for it.
It doesn't.
But
my decision going forward is to be the person I want to be, and I want to try and get away from being always seen as some kind of cold-hearted killer.
I'm
and
very
technically,
thankful that you told me.
Aren't really that anyway.
No, they're not. I'd much rather just study and learn.
Say we get each other. I'd rather get lost in my library for hours than, you know, or look into something like
that just
a painting that hasn't
in general interesting. Like
centuries.
Lately, again for this whole band thing, feel like I've mastered the piano. Like,
I bet you have, and I've been really working hard on singing too.
Like, I even bought a keyboard.
Like, seriously.
I even bought a keyboard recently that I'm really looking forward to showing off. It can double as, like, a keytar. It's, like, I feel like I got one of the really good quality ones, too.
I bet you did.
Only thing is I don't necessarily have a good outfit to go on stage for, but I'm sure that can be figured out.
You know what? I will take you out, and we will find you a good outfit.
Maybe that would be nice, yeah.
That would be nice. Take you out, find you a good outfit. You know, if you want to, I can let you, you know, peruse the library at my place.
I
if you'd like.
took quite a few of the books
books
that I have from my sire, so if anything, if you would like, I offers also to you. Careful
we
with
just share each other's libraries.
Careful with some of the books. I took some of the not so good books with me as well.
Ah, I see. Well, I will say that I will at least.
Maybe it'll help you in
I typically will always look after another member. Yes, probably. But I will say that I always typically look after for another clan member, but I will extend further to you, Blindy, just because I just want to make sure that you're cared for and watched, and I don't want horrible things happening to you.
I don't want horrible things to happen to really anyone on the island. So, that works out.
Works out, right? Awesome. I'm glad that you are so understanding. I've been terrified to tell you, honestly.
It's something that I've already thought a lot on. So, it kind of helps. Now, if it was, like, right in the moment, or something like that, like, directly after I was told to flee from the Haven and go to the friend of hers, if it was directly after that, then I would have hit you with my cane. It would not have hurt a lot, but you would have been hit.
Well, if you want to beat me with your cane still, you may. I typically heal pretty quick.
With this one or the new one that I'm looking for?
Oh, you're literally considering this. You know what?
No,
the new
I'm
one's
not
really
actually
sturdy,
considering
you can
it. I'm
definitely
not
beat
actually
me,
considering
or
it.
you could beat me until you break the old one, so you can have the new one ready to go.
No.
No.
No, it's fine.
I'll take a caning. I'm pretty good with that.
The only... No, you don't need that. I already forgive you. There's no point in asking for that.
What are you gonna ask me? Or what were you wanting to ask me? Be honest. We're being honest right now.
The only way that... And again, you didn't even want offer to... Well, here's a payment for it or something like that. So it was literally just an off-the-cuff think of something along those lines. If that were to occur, the only thing I would want is more knowledge, but more specifically, I think I would want to learn Quietus.
Oh, you would want to learn Quietus.
If anything, at most, just so that way I can truly pose as a Banu Hakim. I wouldn't even want to.
Class.
I wouldn't even want to learn more than just the first basic level. It's only just there so that way I have it if somebody asks me.
That's fair. You know Obfuscate?
Of course. I know Obfuscate, I know Auspex, and I know Celerity.
Well, look at that. You can passive the Vizier, but except for the Quietus bit.
Except for Quietus. That's all I need. And again, you're welcome to say no to this. You don't have to. Again, you didn't offer, and
well,
it's not something that I really need. So.
I know. And I understand. Though I also understand being able to pose within the clan that you are a member of said clan. My only concern with it is it comes down to you weren't involved. I'm going to tell you something that I've only told the other Assamites on the island. And seeing as I consider you an Assamite, I will also let you know what I have found out. But it cannot leave this room.
Of course. And again, it's probably better if you don't, if you really don't want me to. It's for your safety
I'm not saying
too.
I don't want to.
Out of character, I don't have the points for this. I don't have merit points for this.
You don't even have to do it right now.
I know.
Anyway, it can be something that happens in the future.
Like, I would need to gain 3 merit points to even...
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah, I can.
Well,
I have 2 saved. I need 3 more. It's a 5-point.
It's fine.
It's a
You-
5-point
one
thing.
second. Jesus, of course it is.
Ugh.
Alright, well, in character. Well, what I'm going to tell you is this. And I'm going to tell you this because as somebody who is posing as an Assamite, if the mountain or members of it show up, you're probably going to need to know this. And that is a little while ago. You remember Wisdom, right?
I
You were here
was
for that?
not here for wisdom, no.
You were not here for Wisdom. Let me explain about Wisdom. You know about Mountain Assams, right?
Yes.
Pretty hardcore fellows. Very much all about Hakim, worshipping Hakim, following old Shurgi. And his terrifying looking ass. So,
I assume wisdom was one of those? One of the followers?
Yes. He was part of the Web of Knives.
Okay.
Which you know about the Web of Knives. Not many people outside of our clan do, but I know that you would. And being a member of the Web of Knives, when he first showed up, he had no recollection of who he was or where he came from. And honestly, even though Boondock and I and Polaris at the time were worried, we basically thought, hey, you know what, if he doesn't remember anything, we don't want to give him a chance, let him learn things and figure himself out. Maybe he can come around and not
maybe
really
they
follow
won't.
that
Yeah.
type of path.
A chance is warranted,
Yeah,
but
well, except
it's a risk.
by the next time we met, he suddenly was very clear and remembered everything from his previous life. And he had been extending invitations to learn about Hakim and what it is that our clan believes in and practices.
Okay.
Which you and I both know that's the first step. But we also know that the next step is that people don't repent if they don't decide that Hakim is the one and true person to worship and believe in, and that the children of Hakim are judges against other clans and protectors of humanity in a sense, that they will be killed.
Correct.
They really, yeah. So he started extending invitations to other people on the island, myself and Boondock included. And then there was the concern with him killing humans. As in, not a, I fed and accidentally killed a human, more or less, oh, I'm doing this intentionally.
Because they felt like
this
it.
is fun.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
And that's a huge no-no.
Yeah.
Not even just cam related. That's just something we don't even do in our clan. Because humans are, as you know, just this little like pedestal in a sense. We don't fuck with them. They don't need to be fucked with. So it was myself and some others that decided that he had to go. And at the time, we were trying to get rid of him in a way that the mountain didn't find out.
Okay.
Unfortunately, when it came down to having to fight us, he ended up calling for his sword that was located in the mountain. And it zipped right over here to help him out. He still died. But the mountain did find out, and an individual was dispatched here to retrieve the weapon. Honestly, Boondock and I, and even Polaris, were, thinking that they were possibly trying to murder us or retaliate in some way. But instead, they said that they would leave if we just gave them the sword, which was odd. And then they said to Boondock in particular, when he was questioning the whole thing or what was going on, that he was exactly where they wanted him to be, and they were totally fine with him staying and being in Caliburn. And then they left, which was
That's
odd to me.
more than odd. It's ominous.
Very much so. When I talked to Boondock about it, and I believe and I trust him, he didn't know what they were talking about. But you know, the mountain's going to be the mountain. They always got to be ominous and threatening.
Or at least
But I decided to
so
look
doubt.
into it. That's true. I looked into it and started to notice that there was a bit of a pattern. A pattern about where members of our group that pulled away from the mountain were located. Within the Sabbat, within the Cam, all across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, but you know, we separated. Kind of makes sense. They went in and started finding places to root themselves. So I decided to dig a little deeper. And when I dug deeper, what I ended up finding out was that maybe the people who had moved and dispersed across the globe didn't just kind of end up where they were going, but were guided there. And let's say if something were to change in those members' stances, willingly or not, they could be placed in a position that could destroy both the Cam and the Sabbat.
Oh, okay.
So fun times.
Huh.
Giving the whole willingly or not thing makes me wonder. Earl Shurgi has taken control of the blood before from our entire clan in order to cleanse most of our people with getting rid of the Tremere curse.
Mm-hmm.
Which paints a picture of the possibility of being able to do said thing again, but in different ways.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what all could be done or what a plan is, but it is something that worries me. Oh, by the way, they figured out that I was looking into that, so somebody might be watching me.
Okay.
Which is why I'm hesitant to teach you Quietus, only because
Don't
I
do
don't
it.
want them
It's
to have
not
a
worth the
reason
risk.
to come and slaughter you because I did that.
Yeah, don't. That's understandable. Again,
Yeah.
you don't need to.
So it's not that I don't want to teach you. It's mostly just because I would feel super guilty if you were turned into a big pile of mush.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me, though.
You're welcome. But I would suggest keeping that to yourself.
Of course.
You can talk to Boondock about it. You could probably talk to Polaris about it. And of course you can talk to me. But I don't want to put that out in the wind because the last thing we also need for those members who did leave is for a mass genocide of Banu Hakim outside of the mountain just because they are afraid that we can be turned easily against everybody.
Right.
So this information is very sensitive.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just simply won't talk about it. But if you need to run over any
Excellent.
ideas or anything like that with me, I'm willing to help you speculate. Hypotheticals, you know?
Well, interestingly enough, I did reach out to Tremere earlier about some blood stuff because I was curious what they could figure out. I didn't tell them all that, but you know. And currently, I'm trying to look into a few things myself just to kind of. I want it to be that if they show up and they threaten me, I have very much a way to basically have the stance of I wouldn't do that if I were you. And I mean, as in, I reached out to Marcus. I haven't heard back from him. But seeing as he's very good with technology, I would very much make sure that the mountain knew that if I disappeared and something happened to me, that eventually that information that they don't want to get out will get out whether I'm alive or not.
Are you considering maybe even like a dead man switch, or just somebody not noticing you for a couple of months, or
Like a dead man switch, kind of like, hey, I didn't sign into my computer for a whole week. Better send out this mass email.
to every kindred?
Yeah, fun, right? And I thought that the one person who knew the most about tech, aka Marcus and Shrekneck and the Nosferatu, is probably the way to go. I am a vengeful woman. If not learned.
Well, sometimes they can go hand in hand. Usually, if they are learned,
Fair point.
well, then you have more to worry about because they'll know more ways.
Exactly. Get it. I should probably work on my dodge, though.
I'm pretty good at that, so...
Well, maybe we'll practice together. Maybe I'll let you hit me with your cane and see how often I miss.
And then hand my cane over to you and
anyway.
move away, out of the way somehow.
And actually dodge a lot. So, less serious news, and more to make Sawyer feel a little uncomfortable. What do you think of Sawyer?
He's nice.
Very nice.
He's a bit awkward, but so am I.
Very much so. So, what are your, you think that he's nice, that he's very awkward, any other type of thoughts, feelings?
Not necessarily.
Cool. I was just curious. Honestly, like...
He's definitely someone that I would want to make my friend, though.
Cool. That's nice. He seems like a good kid. Which I feel sounds kind of... What's the word? I don't know. I'm in my 40s, dear Lord. I don't know. Like, I'm looking down at him. I don't feel that way, but, you know, calling him a kid. He's just very young, very naive.
How
And
young
I
is
can
he?
see some people taking advantage. He's 19.
I mean, his...
Well, at least it looks that way.
Meant his...
His actual age,
like, embrace.
I have no idea. That's a question for him.
Because, I mean, I'm
Honestly,
kind
don't know.
of...
He might be older than me. Who knows?
I mean, I'm kind of young. I don't think he's that old, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was embraced when I was around 23, and I've been embraced for 28 years. So that would make me around 51 at actual age.
Holy shit, you're older than me. Okay, old man. I guess I gotta start looking at you for some advice here.
There's a reason I have a cane.
Oh, you know what? You're fucking right. I'm so wrong. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. That's on my end. Well, let's see here. I was embraced when I was 35, and I've been in this life for about 8 years.
Okay, well, that works. So you spent your 7 years, then you spent 1 year.
My first 7.
Yeah. Okay.
No, technically, I spent 6 years before my sire was killed. I was brought here by Levi, who then died shortly after during the Battle of Brighton Beach. So technically, did I actually finish all my training? Debatable.
I think you finished all your training. You're fine. You're fine.
Perfect. I have somebody who's older than me in the clan. I should technically defer to with respect.
Totally in
per
the
our
clan.
bylaws. Totally in the clan. You're in the clan to me.
Mhm.
And then the whole movie theater goes, "Aw," and then
I
they
mean,
cheer.
if you look at TrekNet, technically I'm not, but
That's fair. But you'll always be a member of the clan to me.
I mean,
Well, as long as you're not gonna kill me, I think we're good.
it would be completely up to all of you if I'm ever even allowed to see that chat. So
Might be a conversation we have. Who knows?
who knows? It'd be.
Could happen.
I'm leaving that up to you if you even want to think about bringing that up. It's not a conversation for me to have.
We'll see. Yeah, there we go.
So much ancient history in it. If you want to learn about the old world, you know, that's a good place to actually learn.
Basically a primary source.
Yeah, essentially, it is. I mean, obviously, there's a lot that does not constitute a source, but aside from the allegory,
We were totally out of character. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Okay. We were talking about
And
how
now
you
you're in
were
character.
playing matchmaker earlier. Okay.
Oh, was I? Turn
Remember,
around.
you literally.
I need to chat with you.
Oh, hello.
You need to be filled up. We're out of character,
What?
but you need to be filled up.
Excuse
Alex
me?
wise. Not that kind of filled up.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna walk away now.
Nocturne, get over here.
We've been talking out of character for a while. We've been talking out of
You need to
character
be-
for a few minutes.
You need to be
Filled in.
yes, filled in. No, wait, but that wouldn't make sense in a full sentence, though.
Again,
I was trying to see the full sentence.
you have
but then he
Alex's
stopped me for
number.
saying sentences.
If you need him, text him.
Yeah.
What,
Oh
what are
shit!
you,
Right.
what are
Do
you
you not
doing?
have Alex's number?
You're lucky I'm sane and I'm not
Noir
Lucian.
Noir would have Alex's number, definitely.
Yeah. We're literally just talking about. We were talking about when we were over doing secret stuff. We were just like, oh my god, no. I just realized, oh my god, Nocturne's totally setting Blindy up, isn't he? Nocturne sets
You'll
you
have
up.
if
Goddamn.
if you want. Look at the VOD. Who knows? You'll see a lot of lore. Anyway,
Just see
I'm
who
gonna-
Alex is dating. Alex is dating
I'm
a
releasing this
unique
area from
person.
the Anarch movement, or even something potentially as far as like this is Havoc's domain. You know, I don't want anybody to think that like Anarchs are giving land away or anything like that. I was saying before, we don't want anybody to get that kind of rumor. But it's more like I'd love to get something formalized, so that we have
Something in
understanding,
writing.
like what that means.
So if somebody shows up
And then
later and goes, "It's not in writing," we can go, "Yes, it is."
Exactly.
It's in
And
writing.
pull out a piece of paper.
It's in writing.
And you know, I've been patrolling Brighton Beach for a long while, and so I'm happy to continue doing that. And that way, maybe it's like an agreement where it's like I keep on helping patrol and protect Brighton Beach, and in return, I have this area that is leased to me or is given to me or whatever, in some way. And that way, it's much more. There's no gray areas. for later on.
Well, you know what? I don't have an issue with that myself. I actually think that's a fair outline. But I definitely have to talk to the rest of the movement. To
Understanding?
decide that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, understanding. That's the word.
A contract can definitely be made.
Understanding. Yep. Yep.
I'm
while
sure it
you're
could, but
here,
again,
and while you're doing
yes.
this,
while I'm doing this,
I'm looking to open up another business in Brighton Beach. I want to make sure that you guys sign off on that too. It's tattoo
okay.
parlor.
Well, I'll,
In other words,
I'll add it to the
anarchy
list.
underway. Anarchy
Add it to the
underway.
list.
There's a list. Okay.
Yeah.
Tattoo parlor.
Nocturne's a professional.
One
she can
little
remember.
patches at a time.
Kinda like, I
goodness.
don't know.
Blindy, remember everything for me.
Like
Havoc wants
you know, the
to
Camarilla did
create a
their whole thing with,
contract
like, this is
about
the
them,
domains of the
I
territory.
assume,
I kinda like this
keeping
idea
Hard
of
Rock have.
having leases.
Okay, and then
It just
Giorgiano
feels so very
wants
anarch
another
to me.
location.
Well, you know,
especially given how many
If you
historical
ask me
riots were
about
caused
it,
by
I'll
landlords.
remember.
I just think that's kind of funny.
Awesome.
It's kind of it is.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the business or anything that you're looking to open up, Georgie?
Yeah, I'm looking to open up a tattoo parlor so that the Giovanni will have an artistic branch that will be less banal and less offensive to the fairy folk. Now, the problem is you're probably going to forget this part of our conversation. So I'll say that I'm looking to build a tattoo parlor and operate it for the purpose of reaching out to the more artistic elements of the city by way of the Giovanni having more of an ear to the ground.
I know we'll be forgetting.
I don't
this
know why I
question
would
after,
forget
but
that first
how
part about
exactly
the
is,
whole tattoo
like,
parlor being used for the. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Blindy,
never mind,
remember
I guess,
that.
Actually, damn it.
Okay. I'll remember all of it.
All right, that
Okay,
works.
What was I supposed to remember?
More like Blindy, because I will forget. No, I won't.
I don't
Something,
know.
something tattoo parlor.
Got it.
Hey.
Can do.
Much appreciated.
At least I can bring it up.
Out of character.
I don't imagine there's me an objection, but I'm not looking to have like sovereignty or anything like that inside of it.
No,
Like we have in
I
Wakanda.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that I will
get
not
it.
have right of destruction in the tattoo parlor.
Out of character. If I do have Laura Faye, would I know
It's kinda like
ways
what
to
I'm thinking is like it
keep
feels
my
like it's
memory?
more of a lease.
Yeah, if you fail or you remember everything.
Okay, good. I'll remember that part. Good.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, it's more. I feel like that makes more sense. Make it kind of more like a lease or an understanding or a gentleman's agreement or.
No, I wasn't
whatever,
saying
but
that
at
yours
least something
has to
that's
be that
formalized.
way. I mean, you can have the independent kingdom of havoc. I'm all about that. Maybe you should. That way you can provide asylum. You know,
Oh, man.
unaffiliated. You know.
Independent alliance of right,
Independent Alliance, too.
Havoc film.
No, independent of the Independent
Havoc.
Alliance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just the kingdom of havoc. You say welcome
Kingdom
to
of
havoc.
Havoc. That's right. I
Say,
like
what's
that.
havoc? I'm havoc. Yeah.
Yep. House Havoc. Yeah, it could be House Havoc. You know, everybody's in
yeah, I
houses
like
these
that.
days. Everybody's in houses these days. I was talking about that at one point. So back my child Piper, we were talking about making a House Havoc thing, and then it just kind of never happened, and Piper died. So, but I mean, it could be a thing still.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yep.
I mean, I didn't do it, but
Nah.
I'm sorry about it.
No.
Well, you know, she
My
died
condolences as well.
House Havoc.
the way she would have wanted to die, so at least there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, House Havoc. I'm digging this idea now. House Havoc.
That doesn't mean you're gonna go
Gotta get a
around like
crest.
embracing a bunch of people to have a bunch of
So-
people in House Havoc. And,
I mean that was gonna be my immediate thought. I was thinking I was gonna go and immediately ignore all the rights of progeny. I was just gonna like mass embrace a bunch of people, show up with House
technically
Havoc,
speaking,
and then
you're allowed
like go and
to
ruin someone's wedding.
if they do it in your, as long as you embrace them inside Hard Rock Workshop, you're
Right,
allowed to embrace as many
exactly.
people as you want, right? Because
Exactly.
you
So I'm
have
thinking I'm-
sovereignty.
Mass embrace inside there, and then show up to like
Yeah.
the next gathering with like me and my boys. We are House Havoc.
Have a happy hour. That's a
You know.
perfect
I don't know
opportunity to
gals.
get people.
Happy hour. Now it's house happy
I think
hour.
that's a good plan.
Oh, what's up?
Maybe
Happy
boys
hour?
is like a gender neutral term.
Havoc
Yeah,
hour.
it's
But I don't know. I
sorry.
don't know how your
All the time.
dancers feel about that.
Sorry. I apologize. Me and my
the dude and
me and
dudettes.
my posse.
There you go.
That could work.
Desperados, right?
Desperados.
Havoc and Havocs.
Your court.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of this is just a terrible idea. But you know,
No, I got it.
I'm not
Regulators.
Doing what?
regular.
Just like, make it a band name, like Havoc
Con,
and
what
the
are you on
whatever's.
about?
Havoc and the Havoc.
Havoc Mayhem.
Havoc and the Havocs.
What are you talking about?
Advocates.
I'm Havoc, and this is my Mayhem.
Yep.
You mentioned
out of character.
you might want to turn the stream off if y'all are going to be doing that.
It is.
Yeah.
1:30.
I'm Havoc. I'm sick, and I'm Havoc, and this is my Mayhem. Hit the subscribe button right now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good night,
Reaper.
that's what you mean. Okay.
I'm Havoc,
Good
and you're
night.
watching
He's
Disney
gone.
Channel. Doo 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 doo.
Oh, please don't.
Yes. Hi everybody. I'm Havoc, and you're watching Disney Channel.
I don't even know if everybody
Havoc
in here
and
would
the-
know what Disney Channel is.
Havoc and the Havocateers.
Okay, sorry.
We're just getting
well.
worse and worse with every idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Or better.
I mean, you
It
know,
depends on how you
I'm
look
not.
at it.
I'm not opposed to like a. Of course, you know, it's.
Fair.
I'm
It
gonna be
really
biased
is.
on that. I'm not opposed to like making like a generally neutral ground, but I want to like make everybody else pissed off by doing that.
Yeah.
Nor do I want to set a precedent that, like, let's say somebody that is like a shitty person in general can just plant a flag and declare themselves whatever.
that. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to set a
Well, it all
precedent.
depends upon whether we accept it or not. I mean, like, I guess you could have a shitty person be like, "Hey, this is my kingdom," but if they, depending upon where they do it, we either honor it or we don't. Like, I mean, obviously, you need to get the Anarchs' permission if they didn't like you. If you were a shitty person, they'd probably say no. And like, even if they did say yes, if you didn't have our respect or the Camarillo's respect, we wouldn't honor your territory.
You wouldn't have anyone defending you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
can always do what the British
like,
did.
And I mean, let's be honest. If enough of them get together, they come and just tear the place down anyway. So.
Mm-hmm.
the British.
The British, they would go around and they would just put flags in places, and then they'd be like, "This is British
would.
territory now."
Yeah,
Even
do you
though there are
know
people
how well
already
that worked
living
out
there.
for them?
The British and we've come to take your land.
Pretty well, honestly. They still rocking it with the monarchy, as far as I am aware.
Well, I mean, it worked with that,
They
but it
did
didn't
like
really work with
own
America.
60% of the world at one point, I think.
How close to
Yeah,
Boston
For
are
the
we,
good
Jim?
relations, I'm not going to make any comparisons with the kindred society.
Few 100 miles
Fair.
off the coast,
Fair
I think,
point.
right?
Yeah. I wonder how close
Yeah.
the harbor is. I wonder if there's still tea.
So do I.
It's not that far.
You
I
want
would think it's all been excavated by this point.
Ah, probably.
The Board of Regents of the East India Trading
Sad.
Company. There were 9 of them, and at one time, when you account for inflation, each of them individually was the richest person. If they were that rich today, would be the richest person on Earth. Each member of that Board of Regents would be the richest person on Earth today, accounting for
Jesus.
inflation.
Proportional wealth distribution.
Yeah,
Well,
proportional
that
wealth.
doesn't necessarily make him evil, and I'd like to say that because I may be the richest person on this island. And I like to think I'm pretty good guy, so they could be good people too. You never know what they do in their free time.
Yep.
Maybe they gave away a lot of
Yeah,
their
they
wealth.
did.
Who knows?
I think they were saying that it was like the least wealthy of those 9 would be worth almost $2 trillion today.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
A good 3/4, which I'm sure went right back into philanthropic programs.
Absolutely, definitely not in
Absolutely.
the stealing of land, pillaging, and stuff.
Of course not. Of course
So,
not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course not.
It's not like the British to do that. No.
No.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
Anyway,
defend the
I'm
British
sorry.
here. That's neither here nor there. But then again, it's not. What country is so proud of its legacy? I mean, you know.
That's also fair.
America.
No,
well,
I
that-
wouldn't go there. It really just depends.
I don't think
Nah,
you're
yeah.
saying it should be proud, but it is true that Americans
Yeah.
tend to be pretty proud of what they should be or not.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny, you know, I've spent such a small fraction of my life in Scotland. I still think of myself as Scottish. I've lost the accent over the years. I've lived here in the Boston area my whole life. I feel like I'm a Boston guy, and then I still am like, oh yeah, I'm from Scotland. It's like,
You know,
I
it's
think
just
about
like
it
just before
proportionally.
you said that, I swear, just before you said that, I was thinking about Italy, right? And like all the things Italy shouldn't be too proud of. And then I'm like, I've been living in the United States for like almost my entire life. Why am I even thinking of Italy? Well, I know why I'm thinking of Italy, but
yeah,
it's the same idea. It's like it doesn't make any sense. I'm not
Heritage,
Italian.
but it ain't like it ain't you.
If
Right,
I was
no,
to go
it's
back
not
to
who I am.
Scotland now, it's
I'm
nothing like the
American.
way I remember it. You know?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's me.
No, there's a
here
lot
in
of
the
things the
USA.
United States
You ever watch
should not
TV?
be proud
You
of.
ever watch TV that show Highlander? It was like 90s. It was like the 90s. Show Highlander.
I think so. Well, not.
Yeah. There's one
I
episode
don't
where like he
remember.
goes back to Scotland, and I was like, I think about that sometimes. I'm like, if I was to go back there, with all the landmark changed.
What would it be like
There's
today?
nothing. There's nothing there for me, right?
I didn't experience much of the '90s. I was in torpor for most of it.
I'm like, I think
Yeah.
there was
I wasn't
like there
even
was this
born
pub.
yet.
There was this pub
Oh.
I went to. You know, it was like a little like a rock pub. That thing, you know, like but I don't know. It might still be there because Scotland's got those kinds of places, but probably not. And I don't know if I could find it. I don't know what the name of it is now. So like I've gone searching for it. I can't find it. It might still be there,
Well,
but you know.
What you need to do is like, I mean, you've been doing a pretty good job of sticking in one place though lately, you know. So
Exactly.
I was gonna say if you never leave the island, you don't need to worry about what's gonna be different when you go back there, because if you don't go there in the first place, then you solve the problem for yourself. That's my solution.
And then I also don't get
You
mad
can't
about
change
that
it. You're not
shit
exposed to them in the
if I-
first place.
If I find out where it's at and I show
Sorry.
up and it's like a fucking Spirit Halloween, I'm not gonna get mad, right? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna
I think
call it.
maybe
I've only eaten like
if we want to
400
start making
calories
Carthage
today.
in
I
this
need
city,
to go.
you should start by
Go
making
eat.
that pub.
Bye. Have a good one.
Bye, yeah, I'm going to eat. I messed up on that part.
Go eat. Go.
Okay,
Get out.
goodbye.
Get out.
Yeah.
Scram.
Yeah, we're talking about.
I think it'd be
we're talking
super
about building
interesting.
a rec. Brewhouse, we're talking earlier about building a rec center down in Reading. Try and be like a you know place people can like more than just
Kinda
a
just
community center kind of thing. You know, you gotta have a gym,
Clean up
have a
the area
library,
a
have
bit,
a
you know?
clean up the area,
Yeah.
invest some
It
resources
is
into making
Bruja
it a better
territory.
place.
We want to make sure it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got pretty hard when they were just about to set that big tanker truck on fire down at the docks down there, and economically it's been kind of shaky since then. So thinking about maybe making that a little goal to do.
Yeah, get people off the street, get them involved with each other in society. You know, point them towards the you know the education programs. It'll be good for good for everybody.
You know, gym, computer
Absolutely.
lab, library.
Mm-hmm.
Always good.
That's a
All
good
for new-
idea.
for a new
We
Carthage.
should definitely do that. Yeah, look at all these social programs that lots of vampires are bringing to human society to make things better for them. Think about that.
And you think about vampire fiction, about how the idea of vampires preying on humans all the time, want to suck your blood. They knew that like how many good things in their lives were actually being fueled by like vampires just like wanting to make humans' lives better. Like, when did we become the good guys? You know? Kind of nice.
What if you always were?
I guess it depends on perspective. You know, like you're.
Yeah.
I would think an elder, someone who was doing this, would see it as one who was tending to livestock or some shit. But someone
Yeah, that's
kind of
fair.
more boots on the ground would be like, hey, we're actually doing some pretty good things, which is
You're talking
entirely
more
fair.
like the
We
more
are.
like detached elder kind of thing, kind of idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well,
I was
here's
talking to
the
somebody about
thing.
this. You might dig this idea. We were talking about
Go ahead.
this idea about the detached elders and the non-detached elders, and how they needed like names, because we've got elders like you and me, that are much more into the world a little bit, that we're a bit more understanding, have a bit more perspective. Then you got other elders that are like Erasmus Dane was, who was far more just completely pulled
How about,
away
like,
from every kind of perspective.
Worldly elders and ethereal elders.
Worldly elders, ethereal.
Well, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, okay, so you look at the vampire fiction. We, at least in their eyes, we only started becoming like protagonists in the last 100 years or so, right? Before that, it was just all monsters and badness. Okay, so what if, and I do hypothesize here, what if there has also been sort of a social awakening within our society, either not necessarily prompted by that fiction, but prompting that fiction, or having some sort of symbiotic relationship with it, which is where, by virtue of doing good, we are creating this idea of us being more protagonistic in their eyes, or maybe that
Kind of
they're
a
creating the
change
idea
in
in
the
our
zeitgeist.
minds. Yeah, maybe it's just a back and forth thing. But yeah,
I wonder.
if you look back far enough to the people who are more inclined to treat humans like disposable chattel, and why would you bother doing social things? Well, then they're also the ones that, well, back in their time, all the fiction about them was their monsters to be destroyed. Could be a thing.
Could be a thing.
Am I wrong?
You ever hear the theory about vampire fiction and zombie fiction being related to the economy? There's a correlation to it.
Oh, I've heard
So
that.
so when the economy is on, when the mortal economy is on an upswing, right? Vampire fiction becomes more popular, and when the mortal economy is on the downswing, zombie fiction becomes more popular. And it's
I can see that being
it's
a
a
thing.
very clear correlation there. Not
Maybe
necessarily
it's
causal.
like
I think that makes
representative of
sense
like
because
when
I'm
people think of
thinking about it in the
vampires, they
sense
think of
of-
like opulence and like all that stuff. But zombies like decay and rot, and it kind of makes sense with the whole when things are rising. Hey, monsters, they're weird fucking rich people. But when it's lower, it's monsters are literally inhuman, brainless things.
Well, I think it
don't know.
also comes down to the fact that if you look at it society-wise, if everybody's doing well, most people are still alive. Vampires tend to hide in society, out in the open. It's not like a mass apocalypse type state. But zombies, it's
Yeah.
always a mass apocalypse type state, and the whole world is crumbling, and buildings are dilapidated.
Yeah, generally
and
speaking.
just ruin.
Has
Which
anything
is,
ever
I
like
think,
actually happened like
very
that?
unfair to zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Not that I know
Obviously
of.
not full scale apocalypses, but like some massive like horde or whatever. Has anything like that ever happened?
You asking me if there's ever been any zombie hordes in like history?
Well, I mean, yeah, like major ones that would be prompting this sort of thing.
Oh, yeah,
Obviously,
well,
I
there's
don't know.
definitely been zombie soldiers. The
Mhm.
Giovanni have employed them to certain extents, but like never like a horde like you see in the movies that I know of.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's never happened. Like
But,
the most that
again,
I can
not to your
personally
knowledge.
control is around 15 at a time, so I can't create a
That's
horde.
still a good
But then
bit.
again, it's a bit. If you got a few Giovanni together, they could do what I do. I mean, you could have up to like, maybe if there are 5 of them, you're looking at like with 75 at that point. Which that might qualify,
Pretty
but
veritable. Yeah.
but it's not really the numbers that we're talking about, like in a fictional representation sense.
Yeah. Still scary though. Like, it's not something people can deal with easily.
That's intentional.
That is
It's
intentional.
also
Yes.
interesting in fiction how like the U.S. horror in the U.S. versus horror in like the U.K. Right? In the U.S., where is your serial killer? out in the woods. You know, they're out in the a shack in the mountains and the whatever.
Fear of the unknown.
In the UK, where does your horrors happen? Happens in the city, right? You have your ghosts, the ghosts from the Christmas Carol. You know, it all happens in the city, and we read a lot of horror that takes place in the UK. And I think part of that is also very cultural, right? They're part of their how do I put this? Like the sins of their country's past, you know, where it's based in, and a lot of that in the UK, the sins of the UK happened in the dark cities and the exploitation of labor and all that stuff. Whereas in the US, a lot of that
Sins
happened
of
out in the
America,
country and
it's
stuff like
Hope
that.
all of you
manifestation.
decided to stop
Expansion
by
manifest
and
exactly.
watching.
So it's like the horror in those kind of manifests like our
wonderful
own
time to
internal
watch.
horrors in that same way.
That makes sense. I mean,
I think you can
writing-
also see
I-
it,
well,
horror change as cultures grow and switch and
I'm
develop
Jorma.
over time. I
Yeah.
think that like a
Okay.
lot of things I see even in America, there's a lot of city type stuff
This
for
was
horror, but
VRChat VTM.
when it is city, it's very.
It is a VRLARP. You do not have to be
You're
in
on
VR
your
to
own.
join.
There really is no one else
Shout out
there
to
to help.
GIB Games. Shout out to Dark Skylight.
And if you
Great,
seek
as
help, no one
always.
will believe you. And
I think one of the
Y'all are
best
some
like horror
wonderful
experiences I've read
individuals
is
if you are watching
it's
this.
is this book called
And even
House
if
of
you're
Leaves.
not, you're
and
great.
well, it's about this house, and it's just kind of constantly like slowly growing and driving the people
love
inside
ya.
it mad, and
I
it was just a very
appreciate ya.
harrowing experience to read. Right.
And I think that's it for
It's
tonight.
Zalewski, right?
And I think so. Yeah.
Good
Daniel
night.
Zalewski. Mark Danielewski.
Enjoy your
Mark
sleep
Danielewski.
if you go to sleep right now, or enjoy your morning if you're watching in the morning.
Yeah.
Polish, I think that name is.
Good
I don't
If
know.
not in any of those other times, I'm sorry.
And it's
You
like,
gotta say that in
and
small
the whole thing is
towns.
like, yeah,
People
yeah,
are
sorry,
more
you're
likely to
gonna
help
say
you,
anything.
right?